all the time of this conversation on
This
just
is how
talking
we
about the New
got-
York Times
How
instead of talking about specifically why you support Donald Trump. You've pivoted completely in order to not talk
No, I
about something
didn't.
that's even relevant.
you search on factcheck.org like it's a mic drop every time you find something.
Dude,
they're like
I cited it
for the
because they
truth.
report on government statistics. Listen,
And
dude,
they've lied about a lot of the shit they
what did
state.
they name? One lie. Name one lie.
So wait a minute. So 58
Name one lie.
to
Answer the
84%,
question.
58 to 84%
What up,
of
dude?
Obama.
Name one fucking lie. I'm asking you a question. Answer the question. You're trying.
Are you
I don't want to have to keep
disputing
doing
my
this, dude.
stat from DHS about
Can
the
you
58
answer my
to
question?
84%?
Answer my question,
Answer
and then
what
we'll talk
question?
about whatever you'd like to talk about.
What's your question?
What did I? You're not even listening to what I'm saying.
Because I was talking while you were asking me. Go ahead.
Okay, so you constantly talk while I'm asking you. You're never going to hear what I'm saying. So I'm
You
talking.
do the same thing.
No, I'm not. I'm literally addressing everything you have to say. You're not even listening to any
No,
of the
you're not.
conversations that I'm bringing up. Okay.
But I
I'm gonna-
tried to state.
I'm going to bring us
real
back.
quick.
I'm going to bring us back onto the topic because I don't think you're addressing any of this, and it's not even relevant. The point of what I brought up
No, you
specifically
pivoted.
was that it was reporting on government statistics, right? And it reporting on government statistics, right, is simply just it going to be me referencing the government statistics, and I'm just telling you where you can see that information quickly.
So
That's it. That's
what
all I
is
was
the
doing.
government
If you don't- if you
statistic
don't-
from Fact Check?
Holy shit,
What
dude.
what is their statistic
based-
about the
it's based
percentage
upon
of
the-
Obama?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's the analysis of government data from the University of Pennsylvania Law Review. Right?
Okay, so then you only
And it's
go
from a
to
study.
factcheck.org for stats. Do you go for
Fact check-
anything else?
They all they did was report on something else, and I told you what it's from. It's from the University of Pennsylvania
Okay, so
Law
what
Review.
percentage of Trump's deportations see a judge? What that they say from
You're making,
factcheck.org?
this is a separate claim. We were originally talking about the amount of people specifically that were through the asylum process, where specifically went to their court like appearances.
Okay, so what are they saying then? Under Trump, factcheck.org, what are they saying?
I've already responded. I told
Well, what
you
is it? Repeat it.
It's citing specifically a study from the University of Pennsylvania of Law Review that indicates 90% of people specifically, right, over the past 11 years.
So now we're
right,
going to go to a
have-
university study. So it's not really them. So now, what was it? A double-blind study? How reliable is that study?
It's a university law review from Pennsylvania, from the University of Pennsylvania, over the
So do you know the
government data.
do you know the people involved in it? What are their political leanings? Are they honest? They could be coming from a bad place. I've seen a lot of bullshit studies from universities. Have you?
Yeah, so I have no good reason to believe that the University of Law Review from Pennsylvania, the University of Pennsylvania, has any.
Do you know
type
anything
of-
about them, or just because they got a cool name, like you judge a book by its cover all the time?
I'm just showing their analysis of government data. You understand that this is obviously going to be
Well, who
pretty
are
good
they, though?
information for us to point to. Wait, what would
Who
you
are
say would be
they?
a preferable source?
Someone that I can do some research on. You know, did you do
Like
any
who?
research on them? Did you look at the people involved
who?
and their political leanings?
Like who? Like who? Like where would you find this information from?
I'm giving you a general statement about if I'm going to source from someone, I'm going to do some research on the people behind it. Like my buddies come at me, I've got liberal friends, and they'll come at me with some bullshit, and it's like some moron on Blue Cock, you know, what was it, Blue Sky? I mean, you know, it's ridiculous. Like you guys sit here and cite just because they got a pretty name, factcheck.org. You don't do any looking into the people behind it. By the way, I brought up New York Times and Washington Post because you brought.
Okay, so this is why I don't think it's important to have engaged with you, because genuinely, this information is from the University of Pennsylvania Law Review, which is a established and legitimate source. And instead of actually engaging with the information from said source, you're just going to sit there and try to act like you can't accept any source because you have to specifically find out every single aspect of the process of that particular
Isn't that the
source
same
or review
university
in order to
Biden
be able to
stole his
identify
documents
that,
at?
which is not the case at all. Can you repeat
Isn't
back to
that the
me what I
same
just said?
university Biden stored stuff at?
Can you repeat to me what I just said?
I mean, yeah, you're talking about the University of Pennsylvania and their study and stuff, but isn't that the same place Biden
So
stored his documents?
he's not listening. He's not listening. Hey,
You
genuinely
don't
at this
listen,
point-
dude.
Listen. Genuinely at this point, how do you expect me to have a productive dialogue with you if you're not going to engage with what I have to say? I'm genuinely trying
Because
to engage in a productive dialogue with you, and it seems right now like you hate me so much, you have an issue with me so much that you
I don't
won't
hate
even
you,
engage
dude.
with what I have to say.
I don't hate anybody. I love everybody, man.
It
I'm
doesn't
just
sound like
laughing at
that.
you right now.
I understand you're laughing at me right now, but can you stop the laughing at me for a second to try to engage intellectually with what I'm saying?
Okay, let's go. Let's go ahead. Let's start up. Like UPenn is where Biden has a love affair with them. He's stored his shit there. They've hidden his shit there. Like, didn't he have like classified docs there or something? He hid them on their campus. So we're gonna go to them for information.
I didn't see that. I would like to see if there's any evidence that indicates that. I've
Yeah,
never
like
seen
the
that before.
University of Delaware, he had like documents stored at
That's
the
a separate
University of
university.
Delaware,
Is it
at the University of
Delaware or is
UPenn
it
too.
UPenn?
You no
Okay, so
both.
where'd you get this source from? What was your source for that?
It's a well known fact, bro.
What's your source for that?
Oh, I mean, we're going back a few years, but it's a fact though. You
No,
can
what's
look it
your
up.
source? So you just said it's a fact. So, like, by the way,
All right, let
I
me look
provide
it
a
up.
source for you, and he like questions so much of it. It's from the University of Pennsylvania Law Review,
Yeah,
and
hold on,
there's an
hold on.
actual source for it, and he specifically won't accept it. But I'm supposed to accept his evidence or his position when he just claims it to be the case and says it's a fact. That's it. So
Yeah,
you
hold
see
on a
how much
second.
you see how much critical analysis he tries to apply to my view, but doesn't apply to his own
Dude,
view.
it's not a gotcha moment.
Well, it wouldn't be a gotcha moment if you weren't an
Penn
idiot.
Biden Center, which is actually China funded, by the way. Yeah, he
Again, why
stored
he just keeps. What's your
classified
source for that?
documents at the Penn Biden Center.
Wait, what's your source that is China funded?
Well, let's see. Let's look it up.
Let's check.
Oversighthouse.gov, bro.
Oh, that's a partisan government source.
Well, yeah. So if they were saying something false, wouldn't they have been sued or something?
Not necessarily.
Calls on the university to provide all documents and communications related to donations or originating from China to UPenn and the Penn Biden Center. Did you know about the Penn Biden Center at UPenn?
So these are
gonna
investigations
rely
you're
on
looking
studies
into.
from
Would you like
them?
to provide what's the yeah? We're absolutely gonna rely on. This is from 2020, right? We're absolutely gonna look at this in terms of the. They're just looking over government data and they're
The
analyzing the
Department
government
of,
data.
this is from
You can look at
ABC
the different
News.
measures specifically within it. All you're trying to do is do an ad hominem. You're specifically trying to be like, oh, because
No, I'm not.
Yeah, that's exactly what you're doing. You're not actually trying to analyze any of the contents of the study to indicate that it's wrong. You're simply trying to say because it's the University of Pennsylvania that you're going to consider it
You know who
wrong.
my source is? My source is Joe Biden himself.
Your
In a
sources trust
statement,
me, bro.
an attorney. Yeah, in a statement, this is from ABC News. An attorney for President Joe Biden said his team first flagged the materials at the UPenn. It's called the, let's see here, the Penn Biden Center at University of Pennsylvania. His lawyers flagged classified materials to both DOJ and the National Archives and Record Administration. This was before they raided Trump when they wanted to get ahead of it because he was actually doing the shit himself, where he stole or
And what are you reading
basically
this from?
stole classified docs. ABC News.
So you think ABC News is a reliable source?
I think when they report anything that damages the left, absolutely.
So wait, did you just cite ABC News after literally getting mad at me, right, for citing a source that you might consider slightly liberal?
Well,
This is embarrassing.
anytime the left eats the left, yeah, absolutely. They don't want to do it, but they got to get ahead of stuff just because they want to be first.
Wait,
You know
but
what I
like
mean?
ABC
That's
News
how-
is left leaning,
That's how
right?
journalism works.
ABC
That's
News
how
is left leaning.
journalism.
I thought you don't accept that information.
If they're going to report left things that damage the left, then yeah, absolutely. That's why guys like Dan Bongino, they always reported these places
I thought that
Because-
why would they report things that are bad about the left if they're just left leaning bias?
because they want to get ahead of shit, dude. They want to be right sometimes. So if they're going to
what were they
report
getting
things
ahead
that
of on
hurt the
this?
left-
What
So
benefit
what are you
do they get
saying
of
that
doing that?
the Penn Biden Center doesn't exist then? Does it exist? He's
No,
actually got a
I'm saying
Biden
what
Center.
benefit do they get from that? If they're liberal biased and they only do things based upon their
What do
liberal
you
bias.
think? Well, I took journalism in college. What do you
Surprising.
think? Do you think it's beneficial? Dude, I didn't major in that. I majored in computer science. What do you think it does for an outlet to be first to report something? You tell me. What do you think?
They would probably get more money out of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
And
it's about
right
money.
here
It's
they're
not about
reporting-
ideological bias.
What does it matter to them? It's always about the almighty dollar. But in their case, yeah, they're definitely left leaning. In this particular case, they've actually reported the truth for once.
Okay. So then you must accept that this is probably the truth for once. So you'd like to look at it, right? That'd be great.
The
Thank you.
document seems
Now
to
here,
date back to Biden's time as
let's
vice
let's
president
let's
from
let's stop let's
2009 to
stop let's stop
2017.
your let's stop this whole like not engaging with our points here. I think it's very obvious that the point that I brought up specifically was true in terms of over 90% of people specifically who
Someone in the comments said
are
Biden didn't
going through
hide
the asylum
documents.
process show up to
What
their
were those
court
ones by
dates.
his Corvette?
Hey, did you just
Yeah,
listen
we
to
can go
anything I
back.
just said?
Yeah, we can go back to that, but this one
It's so
person in the
frustrating having a
comments says
conversation
Biden
with this
didn't.
guy. Hey, dude, you're genuinely not engaging with anything I'm saying. You're not listening to me. You
Bro,
have
I'm
you have
listening
about
to you.
two more times of doing that before I go on to the next person. I've been way too nice with you.
No, that's
I've been
cool,
letting you
man.
do this for way too long. You have truly not engaged with what I have to say. And I think
I
that
kind of want to
genuinely
watch the
shows.
World Series. The World Series on tonight?
Are you going to engage with what I have to say or are you just going to do that?
Well, I was just asking you, do you know if the World Series is on tonight? I kind of
Hey,
wanted to watch
genuinely,
that.
I'm trying to be nice for you and I'm trying to give you the ability to have a productive dialogue with me. Would you like to take
Well,
that or
dude,
would you like to do this?
I honestly, like when you said New York Times and Washington Post was right leaning, I didn't know if I wanted to continue. I
So
couldn't
you
stop
just shut down.
laughing.
You can't engage in a productive dialogue with me? It's impossible for
I
you?
just can't believe you take yourself seriously after making that comment, bro.
I do take myself seriously. And apparently you
After
can't take
stating
yourself
that, you
seriously
shouldn't.
enough to actually have an intellectual dialogue with me and you completely shut down because I say something that you disagree with. That's
After that
embarrassing.
comment, I really think
That's
you should wear a
embarrassing.
helmet.
That's embarrassing that because I specifically say something you disagree with, you intellectually shut down so you can't even engage in a productive dialogue with me.
I think you need to wear a helmet. I need to send you a helmet after that comment. That was unbelievable.
He doesn't listen to anything I'm saying. Genuinely, it's impossible.
Dude, you're making a claim in the beginning. We started this conversation out. You're making a claim that Obama didn't have expedited deportations, and
Why are
58
you
to 84%
relitigating the same
of
thing we've already talked about, dude?
Because everything you're stating tonight, you're just lying to everybody. You lied
I'm not
about
lying.
the CBP
I'm literally
app.
not lying.
Like about 7-8 months ago, I think it was. I heard you talking.
7-8 months ago. Okay, how about this? We're gonna go through this. Okay, we're gonna keep you on topic, and we're gonna have you addressing specific things, and we're gonna do this in a manner in which actually keeps a productive dialogue. We're not gonna let you go off on your tangents. We're not gonna let you rant. We're not gonna let you engage that way. And if you get mad enough or you don't like these rules, you can leave. Okay.
Yeah, I'm out, bro. I
that's what I
demolished you. I had enough. All right, no, I demolished
Yeah.
you.
What'd you
You're
name
done.
one point you beat me on?
You need. You need to wear a helmet, bro.
bullshit that we just brought up that we already responded to. Dude,
I'm
you're
gonna
an
send
idiot.
you a helmet. You need to wear.
You need a tinfoil hat because you engage in conspiracy. You don't use reason. You don't
Later,
use
bro.
logic. You don't use critical
Washington
thought. And
Times.
you're going to run away right now because I've presented facts to you when you have no evidence. You demolished yourself, buddy. That's embarrassing. I tried to sit there for a second and try to think about this because I genuinely don't understand how he can try not to engage that hard. Like it's seriously like I was genuinely trying to be like, yo, like let me sit down with you, let me be on your level and see if you'll engage with me. And he just wouldn't do it. He just wouldn't do it. I tried my hardest to get him to actually engage in a conversation. I genuinely don't think that any conversation with him would be productive. Yo, what's up, how old are you? Yo, what's up, how old are you? Let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed in the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates, everybody. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Yeah, what's up? How old are you?
Hello? Hello, how are you?
Yeah, how old are you?
I'm 22 years old.
Do you support Donald Trump?
I wanted actually to ask three things and then I leave. Can I ask three
Do,
things?
do you
Just
support Donald
three
Trump?
things? No, I wanted to ask three things just
Hey everyone, we are just looking for some debates. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates, everybody. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Yo, what's up? How old are you? Alrighty, let's go on the next individual. Everybody, only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We're just looking for some debates, everybody. If you're on YouTube, hit that thumbs up. If you're on TikTok, tap that screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
34.
Do you support Donald Trump? What's going wrong today? Seems like the internet is back though. Is it back, everyone? Is it back? Is it back? It looks fine. It looks fine on my end, at least. All right, that person can send a guest request back, and we'll bring them back up. I'll look for them in the guest box for that last person that was here. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates, everybody. I apologize for all the issues. You know, nothing's going right now, it seems. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Are you joining it?
Okay. Let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates, everybody. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
35.
Do you support Donald Trump?
Sure do.
If you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who would you rather vote for?
Trump, obviously. Has anyone ever answered to the contrary?
Yeah. So I have a few people to thank real quick. Jasmine, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you so much, Jasmine. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I actually didn't know that. Thank you so much, Jasmine, for that. I really appreciate it. I had no clue. Thank you for letting me know. Edward, thank you so much for the $10. Thank you. Lizzie with the $10 as well. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Valerie, thank you so much for the $1. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I agree. That is definitely true. As well as Mark with the $50. Give some W's from Mark in the comment section right now. Thank you so much, Mark. I really appreciate it. W's from Mark in the comment section right now. Thank you so much, Mark. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Heather with the $10. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Michael, thank you for the $2. Ruben with the $2. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Alyssa, thank you so much for the $2. Thank you. I have to. It depends on the area I'm in. I have that degree, but it definitely isn't working. It should be working, but I don't know. Maybe I can try to fix it. But yeah, let me look for people on YouTube real quick. Give me 1 second. Lisa, thank you for the $7. Gabriel, thank you so much. Really appreciate the $5. Thank you. KAK, thank you so much for the $20. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you on YouTube Super Chat. Carmen, thank you so much for the $5. Silent with the $5. Thank you. Feisty with the $10. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I think I'm fully caught up, everyone. If you want to support me, as always, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, link tree in the bio, as well as the description of the YouTube, as well as you can support me over YouTube Super Chat, as always. Alrighty, so why do you support Donald Trump?
Immigration. 2A. I think that if you're not here legally, then you should go back. Simple as.
And why is that?
Well, so what happened in California when they passed that proposition for $20 minimum wage for fast food workers? What did those companies do? McDonald's, Carl's Jr., etc. What did they do after that happened?
Well, you would argue that they had layoffs. Is that your argument?
They had layoffs and...
Oh, you can answer for me. I'm not going to do this game.
Prices on the goods that they were selling went up.
Okay. So do you think that layoffs and price increases have been a result of the tariffs that Donald Trump has implemented?
No, but I think if you bring all of these
lying.
people, if you bring all these people who are here illegally into the fold, and farmers and meat packing plants can't pay them less than minimum wage, what do you think is going to happen to the price of our fruits and our meat and our shirts and all these other things that they have a hand in?
So actually, in terms of minimum wage increases, we actually see an increase in wages throughout the context of the entirety of the economy, and it leads to greater wage increases than specifically it does in terms of the level of price increases that would reflect specifically the context of an increase of cost of production. So it's definitely more preferable specifically to ensure that we have an increase in minimum wage, especially adjusted for inflation, given that historically speaking, we haven't even increased minimum wage.
I'm talking about these people who are here illegally, working the farms, working construction, all these other things, who get paid either under the table for not as much as minimum wage, especially in fruit picking and stuff like that. If they get citizenship and farmers can no longer pay them a slave wage because they can get away with it, what do you think is going to happen to the prices of all of the goods that these illegals have a hand in producing?
Undocumented immigrants? Okay, well then obviously the cost of production specifically for those goods would go up, but I'd be okay with that given that it would lead to specifically better labor standards for working class Americans.
Well,
like I would be okay with some level of cost of production increases. Like, for example, we have cost of production increases on cars when we specifically have safety regulations that impose that you have to have certain types of safety regulations, like such as seatbelts in cars. So given that that's the case, obviously we'd be okay with a slight increase in the cost of production specifically of a car, given that it is the case that it leads to some sort of benefit such as safety.
You buy a car once every 5, 3, 10 years. You go to the grocery store at least once a week. And also with cars,
Your point was saying that? I don't know why you just randomly said that.
Because seatbelts in cars don't equate. People don't experience buying a car very often, but people.
Why is that relevant to what I just talked about?
Because the people who are here illegally produce. No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are. Dean, you apparently were trolling on Dean's live. Matt just texted me. So let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed in the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
25.
Do you support Donald Trump?
Mm-hmm.
What's your birth year?
2000.
What month?
Oh my God, October.
Okay. If you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who would you rather vote for?
Donald Trump.
Okay. And why do you support Donald Trump? I can't hear you when you swipe out of the app. Isabel, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $10. Thank you so much. I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm so sorry. I hope that you find some sort of like community here. I'm so sorry to hear that. That's horrible. Well, I'm glad that we're here. I'm glad that we're here. We're on live right now. Alrighty, everybody, let's go on to the next individual. For some reason, that person just left. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
40.
Do you support Donald Trump?
I do, in a very different way, and I appreciate you letting me on the platform.
Okay. If you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who would you rather vote for?
I'd probably still go with Donald Trump, but I think I bring a unique perspective to the conversation.
Are you ideologically left?
No. Yes. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not wasting your time. Let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 18, bro.
What's your birth year?
What?
What's your birth year?
September 26th.
Is that a year?
Yeah, September 26th.
So the next individual, only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
16.
Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates, everybody. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Yo, 33.
Do you support Donald Trump?
Yes, I do.
If you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who would you rather vote for?
If I could go back in time, I would still vote for. I would still vote for Trump, I'd say.
Okay, why do you support Donald Trump?
I think that. Are you getting some feedback?
Not on my end, at least.
Okay. I'm hearing a little bit on my own. Anyway, I think that Donald Trump has a good plan to kind of like I know it looks kind of bad right now with the economy and stuff, but I think that he actually has a plan where we may hurt a little bit in the short term, but then in the long run be better off.
Okay, could you give me like any specifics?
Like just like investing in AI. I think he's investing in bringing more AI jobs and stuff like that to the States. And I saw something about a new deal that he was making with China for a reduction on tariffs and a trade agreement for 1 year, like a trade truce.
What investments has the government made?
What investments has the government made?
Yeah, into AI.
I'm not sure on like particulars. I read that the Trump administration put like 500 million or something like that into AI.
Okay, well, one, that would be a very small portion of the budget. Two,
Or no, 500 billion, I think.
if that's over 10 years, it's still kind of a small portion of the budget. Secondly, like that's also not taking into account the fact that that's likely private funds, not public.
But would
Those are
would that
private
not bring
claimed
like
funds they're putting into it, not public funds that they're putting into it.
But could that not bring like new research to America, which would boost our like standing, like as far as like the rest of the world and our AI technology?
No, I don't think so. I think it's just Trump taking account of, like, taking credit for things that weren't caused by him.
I mean, we could also look at like the Big Beautiful Bill like shows that he cares about the working class American in
Really?
in some ways. Like I'll work overtime like every week, so I'll finally be able to get tax cuts on overtime that I have to work 20, 30 hours of overtime every week.
But overall, you're going to pay more in taxes because Donald Trump has imposed tariffs that will cause your taxes to be more, right? Because of the increase in the cost of consumer products, which disproportionately affects lower and middle income individuals because they spend a greater proportion of their income on consumer goods. Actually, anyone that makes under $400,000 a year will pay more in taxes because of Donald Trump comparative to Kamala Harris, because Kamala Harris is advocating to keep all of the tax cuts from the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act on income earners under $400,000 a year. And she was also advocating for the no tax on overtime and no tax on tips, which were just deductions at the end of the day. Not even the no tax on
Was
tips
she
and no tax on overtime.
but was she advocating for the same level of deductions
She was
as
advocating,
no tax on overtimes?
she was advocating for specifically in terms of, like, for example, no tax on tips. She was advocating for the policy in general. Now, the specifications weren't actually specified by either side. It's likely that the specifications would be pretty similar because neither side specified.
I don't know. I might have to look more into exactly, but I thought that the Trump bill had like zero taxes on overtime, which is like
Nope.
completely
It's
just cut.
Nope, it's a deduction. For overtime, I think it's like 6,000 actually. It's either 6 or 12,000, one or the other. And deduction
6 or
just means that you're
12,000.
deducing that from your taxable income. So say you make $54,000 and your deduction is $12,000, you made $12,000 in overtime, well, then you would technically, your taxable income would be 54 minus 12, right? Which would be 42. So your taxable income would be 42,000. So you still pay taxes on $42,000 of income.
I mean, I don't know. I'll have to look more into the specifics of that and see exactly how the math works. But I thought that she didn't have like cuts quite as much as his on her idea.
She was advocating for tax cuts for working class Americans. Donald Trump is advocating for tax cuts that disproportionately helps the rich.
I might have to look more into that though.
For sure.
But I don't know. I mean, I will say that I probably need to look more into what Kamala's exact policies were. But just like based on like, like headlines and stuff I'll read, like, or information that I'll hear, it just seemed like Trump wanted to give more tax cuts for like working class people. I don't know.
Well, actually, all of the evidence indicates that it's the other way around, that he doesn't want to do tax cuts for the working class people, and he actually wants to do tax increases. Tariffs are a regressive tax, meaning that they disproportionately increase taxes for working and middle income individuals, because again, they spend the greater proportion of their income on consumer goods. So again, that would be a regressive tax, whereas progressive taxes through income tax increase the tax percentage based upon the more income that you make. So if you make way more income, you pay a higher percentage in taxes. So if you replace income tax, a progressive tax structure, with tariffs that have a regressive negative impact on lower and middle income individuals, well, then that's all just shifting the burden of taxation from those that are disproportionately rich to those that are disproportionately lower and middle income.
I might have to go. I might have to go look up the tax thing a little bit more.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, is there anything else you want to talk about or add before I go on to the next person?
Nah, because really, I was just thinking about like the economic side of it and like helping working class citizens, and I think we could bounce back even if we are hurt a little bit from tariffs, like by making new deals, like I saw with China earlier. I think it's just kind of like trying to do like big stick diplomacy anyway. Like hit them with an outrageous amount to.
I think that's not working. I think that actually is worse off for us, because I think that we would get better negotiations with these countries without tariffs being implemented, because tariffs decrease the incentivization of engaging in trade, because it makes trade more costly for people who are engaging in trade between countries, because you have tariffs being placed on them and then they place retaliatory tariffs on us. So like the trade war negatively harms like trade between countries. So overall investment into our country will be less if we impose tariffs.
Yeah.
So if you want better trade deals,
don't,
then don't support Donald Trump. If you want a better economy, don't support Donald Trump, because the jobs market is significantly worse now because of Donald Trump's tariffs being implemented. Trump actually, he didn't even believe the jobs numbers because they were so bad that he fired the head of the Bureau of Labor Statistics, claiming that the information had to have been politically biased.
But I don't think like the outrageous tariffs that he's slapping on people, like I don't think he's actually gonna go through. I think it's just like a threat, to get what he wants out of the deal.
And why would we be threatening our allies? Would threatening your friends make them more likely to engage in trade with you?
Yeah, like I said, it's like a big stick diplomacy. Like what was that guy?
But wouldn't that only make sense, like specifically with like your
I don't know,
enemies?
like Theodore Roosevelt.
Yeah, yeah. So that would make sense with your enemies, but not your friends, right?
I guess that's true. I don't know.
So like I could get that against Russia, but I don't see that doing that with Canada, right?
Yeah, you might actually have a point there, because if we're supposed to be allies, you might have a point there. But definitely like with like Russia or like Israel or something.
Yeah.
But you might have a point there. All right. All right, I'm gonna hop off.
Appreciate you coming up. Thank you. Have a great
All
day.
right.
Alrighty, let's go on the next individual, everybody. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates. Alrighty, let's go on the next individual. Hissy, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $20 on YouTube Super Chat. Thank you so much. Absolutely, I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much. That's amazing. Thank you. W Canada. You have to apologize.
You will never be a president. You're not qualified to do anything. Why don't you just drop out of TikTok and just admit the truth? You're not qualified. You're not going to save America, man. Red and blue side have been lying to you. Get it through your head. When are you going to give up this shenanigan? Can you get something done in presidency? Because you can go back in time and become president and say, oh, I'm president. I did a lot of things. Guess what, buddy? No one's going to follow you. No one cares about Parker Democratic lies. Either Republicans. That goes for both ways. You're playing a game of chess. You think that you're so superior like Charlie Kirk when you're not. You're both spineless men. You offer nothing but lies. You want to improve America? By all means, take the shot.
Did you write a notes app for this one? I can hear you wrote this, and you wrote this note app out, and you're like reading it off? It's like,
you know what you need, Parker? You need to get a mentality. You need to get therapy.
A speech you wrote. Wow, you think about me so much. I really appreciate that. You wrote a whole speech
because you are a person that are getting paid to do lies. You're getting paid, and that's a sin.
Who am I getting paid by?
All of these strangers, all of these traitors. That's where you're getting paid.
Wait, but
you're getting paid to say lies.
But I'm not lying. What am I lying about?
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
What am I lying about?
Everything, Parker. If what you say is true, if what you say is true about what Democrats or Republicans have done, then by all means, Parker, we could have all just stopped protesting out there and say, okay, we want to stop AB. We want to stop this. We want to stop that. It's always the same complaint with America. And yet you sit here and say, oh, that's okay.
What? I'm so confused what you're saying. Like, what?
Parker, it goes the same for Democrats or Republican president. People are always going to protest out there practicing their rights. They're sick and tired of this bullshit. What do you think they're doing out there right now? Protesting their rights. It's happening every single time with a different president.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for telling me protesting is happening. I didn't know. Thank you. I really.
It's been happening for years.
Yeah. Wow. Thank you. I didn't know that. Thank you so much.
Oh, you didn't know that, really? You're just trying to play stupid with me, right?
I had no clue that protesting has been happening for years. You know, like genuinely,
it has been happening for years.
I didn't know. You know, I'm engaging in protesting right now, right? You know that, like, I've been engaging in protesting for years, doing this platform.
Doing
so
what?
Of course,
You're
I
not
understand that protesting is happening. I've been doing it.
You're not going to cure America.
I don't think that me alone I can fix America or I can cure America. That's not my view. Yeah. I'm saying what I believe in, and I'm saying in what I know to be true to create a better culture and a better society than what existed specifically if I didn't do so. I'm doing what I can.
Right. You just basically want to be the next Charlie Kirk.
I don't think I'm Superman. I don't think I'm a superhero. I don't have any special abilities. I'm some random fucking
kid that's what your presidents
in Iowa
think
that can debate people on the internet and try to influence the world in the best way I possibly can. I'm doing the best I can.
Yeah, sure. Same as Charlie Kirk, man. You're just following in his footsteps. You're just gonna lose.
No.
And you're gonna die in the process. You know that. Okay. But you don't care.
Is that a threat?
That's not a threat, sir. I'm just basically predicting you what people are going to do to you.
I'm sorry.
You start
why would
live
you do that?
President.
Why would you do that? Why would you predict that I'm going to get murdered?
Because Parker, this is America. Nobody gives a shit about what you have to say.
Then why would someone murder me for it? Then why would someone murder me for it? Did you hear?
Because this is how America is. There is no justice and freedom or debates. There's no respect in politics. 9/11 was caused by America. That's already been coordinated. Okay. Same as the Trump assassination.
Now I'm gonna kick you. You just sound stupid, dude. Lisa, thank you so much for the $20 for the liar fund from the DNC. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. No, America, that is ridiculous, dude. Katie, thank you so much for the $10. Thank you so much for the trader dollars. Thank you. And Jesse with the $50 on Venmo. Give me some W's for Jesse in the comment section right now. Thank you so much, Jesse. I really appreciate it. Thank you. W's for Jesse in the comment section right now. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Get some W's in the comment section right now. I don't know what's been so wild today. I feel like I've been so chill today. And, today's just been very wild. Chris, thank you so much for the $20. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I would. Thank you. I would. I definitely would. Thank you so much, Chris. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Absolutely. Yeah.
Parker?
So how old are you?
I'm 18.
Do you support Donald Trump?
I do.
What's your birth year?
My birth year, 2007, May 7th.
And if you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who would you rather vote for?
I'd vote for Trump.
Okay. And why do you support Donald Trump?
Actually, well, okay, Parker, look, I think you're a good guy, and I'm sorry that I lied to you. I don't think Trump is a good guy. Happy Halloween. Good night.
Happy Halloween. Let's go on to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates. Happy Halloween. I'm dressed up as Parker Get a Job today, everyone. People have been asking me, what's your costume? I'm dressed up as Parker Get a Job. Yo, what's up? How old are you? I think I'm pretty much spot on, right? I got a spot on costume here. I look just like him. I know, right? Crazy. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
27.
Do you support Donald Trump?
Yes.
Okay. If you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who'd you rather vote for?
Both times Trump.
Okay. And why do you support Donald Trump?
In a broad perspective of like answering that question, I would say economics, freedom of speech, and crime rate. Those three.
Okay. Which one would you like to talk about first?
You pick.
Okay. Well, I think I'll just address all three, and then you can just pick whatever one you would like to address. So I think that Donald Trump has passed multiple things that have undermined our First Amendment rights and free speech rights in this country. Like, for example, he has passed an executive order to put people in prison for a year for burning the American flag, which has been determined by the Supreme Court to be protected by the First Amendment. He's called for the termination of all rules, regulations, and articles, even those found in the Constitution, been determined specifically by federal courts to have been violating people's First Amendment rights, specifically by detaining people without due process, like Mahmoud Khalil, who said Free Palestine, who was detained without due process for over 100 days. So there's multiple things we can point to in terms of limiting free speech. We can also point to the fact that he said if he could get rid of, or if he could make TikTok 100% MAGA, he would. He's talked about making media organizations illegal. That's all free speech. When it relates to the crime rate, he's a convicted criminal himself who pardoned violent rioters who beat police officers on January 6th. So he's condoned violence himself, that he's also incentivized to happen by saying that the 2020 election was rigged. And then for economics, I think that he's significantly worse off in terms of economics. I think his policy negatively impacts the working class, and it's more beneficial for the rich.
Okay, to start with the claim you're making on like crime rates, for example, like grew up and from a city that has pretty egregious crime rates. I don't know if have you ever been to Portland, Oregon? Or are you from there?
No, I've never been.
Okay, so extremely bad homeless problem. Majority of people are on welfare. It's a very like blue state, I guess, like perceived from most people that don't live there or do live there. But as soon as you get outside of like the Portland city district zone, it starts to really clean up, and you start to notice that the majority of people in those districts are red and more conservative than like the inner Democratic part of the city. And specifically with the Democratic Party and the options at the time, I think it was pretty much a no-brainer of who is going to be the person that would be the best option to inflict change on those problems. For example, homelessness, too many people on welfare and assistance. And also, I feel like the Democratic Party at the time with those options and the candidates, for example, Hillary Clinton, Joe Biden, and Kamala Harris all seem to be okay with those remaining the way that they are, if not making the problem worse by allocating more funds to those programs to get more people on them, and then they stay on them.
So I think that programs, that social safety nets and things like that, are actually reducing people's likelihood of being homeless, right? And if you got rid of these programs, more people would be in those set of circumstances. So if you want to address homelessness, that means extending these social safety nets for people to be able to get access to like adequate and affordable housing, right? That gives them dignity alongside other different types of things that they would need, because it's not just about getting housing for people. It's also about ensuring that they have food. It's also about ensuring that they have water. It's also about ensuring that they have healthcare, and things that they need. So I think that should be true for everyone, and that we should provide that bare minimum for everyone. No one should go without that within our country. If we're providing it for murderers and prisoners, right, then we should be providing it for everyone within our society, at least.
I agree that everyone should have that right, but I don't think it's something that you just get allocated to you without work. It's not that hard to be able to work a job, pay rent in even the city that I just named, Portland, Oregon. I mean, you get into cities where it's a lot more desirable to live, like in New York, California, or Utah, or Denver, and like that echelon goes a little bit higher, but you can work a minimum wage job, work 40 hours, cover some shifts, get a second job, and still be able to afford all those things with zero assistance. It's
So
not
you think
actually
people
that
should have
hard.
to get multiple jobs in order to be able to live.
I think it's not that hard to work, and it also depends on the
To
value.
get
Like,
multiple jobs. Right. So you're saying that they should have to work more than
if you're
40
doing
hours a
if you're
week.
doing low
How many
value,
hours a week? How many hours a week do you think someone should have to work in order to live?
as many as needed to be able to support them, their family, and
Yeah,
themselves.
and how much is that for your
It depends on what you do. It depends on what skills you've invested in yourself to be able to do
So for
those
some
jobs.
people, if it takes them 80 hours in a week, would you be okay with that?
Yeah, 100%.
So you would be okay with mandating that if someone doesn't work 80 hours in a week, that they could die?
I think you take away the programs that assist them if they don't work, that would result in their lives getting worse. Yes, I don't think people or as a
So
whole
would you
would
want to get
elect
rid
to
of
die. They
food
would do
stamps
the hard thing.
programs, like get rid of all the funding for food?
I think I would change the way that people qualify and the allocation to it.
Yeah, and how would you change that?
How would I change that? I mean, create an incentive program that monitors it more quick. I mean, most people that have either been on unemployment
It's
or
already
food
monitored.
stamps,
And so in what way?
it's actually not.
It is. In what way?
Have you been on it?
No, I haven't, but I know the program, how it's set up specifically in the context of the text. Now, could you?
Well, I grew up
specifically-
with a
could you
single mother
specifically-
house who was
could you
on it as
specifically,
well.
like, answer the question though. Like how so? Like what specific monitoring?
I mean, that's a difficult question to ask. Obviously, I mean, multiple people have tried to get a crack at it to fix it, but there's a problem with it in general, which is the fact that people get on it at a very young age who could be working and they're not fully able-bodied to do so. And also, it depends on, like you're talking about, if you have to work 80 hours. If you have to work 80 hours to be able to supply the basic benefits that you need for life, is that okay? Well, if you're working at McDonald's and you're an Uber driver, I think totally fine. Yeah, because you haven't invested in doing an intellectual skill that allows you to be able to do anything else. You're not providing much value.
I
in
think
general.
people who drive others should be able to live on 40 hours a week. That's ridiculous. It's absurd that you say that people have to work more than that in order to be able to just live their life. How are people going to take care of children doing that? How are people going to start families? How are people going to spend time with their loved ones and family members? You think people's lives should just be working jobs. I think that they should have dignity. I think that they should have time off. I think that they should have things that they care about and love. And ultimately, if we create a society that allows for people to have that, people will want to put more into the jobs when they're specifically there, for each minute that they're there, right? If you specifically make someone work every single moment that they're awake, they're not going to be able to put as much into it on each very moment that happens, specifically comparative to if they're able to have time off, right?
Have you ever worked
Become more
80 hours in a
productive.
week, Parker?
Yes.
You're able to still do a lot of stuff. It's not like your whole entire life is gone because you're working 8 hours a week.
Wait, I'm sorry. Working 40-hour work weeks specifically is a lot of work. It is. It genuinely is already.
It's actually.
If you're saying that people should. Have you
I
ever worked an
disagree.
80-hour work week?
Yes, 87.
You've
in
done
1
80?
week.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
And do you think
two
that?
jobs. I
do you
worked
think-
at Tesla,
And have
I
you
was
done
an
that?
assistant
Do you do
manager.
that every week?
No, because
Okay,
I don't need
should
to.
you
Because I have.
If you had to do that every single week in order to be able to survive, would you have much of a life outside of work?
During that specific time, no. But when you work
No,
a job like that,
right?
if you're
So
working
then
80 hours a
essentially
week,
what you're
you can
saying
go
is that
way
people
above
shouldn't, in order to
your
live,
means.
they shouldn't have a life. That's crazy. That's ridiculous and it's absurd. You think that their life should be work. You got to think about what you're saying right now. Everyone should have a basic level of dignity. Every single person, right?
It's earned.
Yeah, everyone earns it by being a person.
Like for example, like you brought up something.
By the
you're
way,
like,
you
I
say
think
it's you say it's earned. What do you have to do to earn your dignity?
you have to be a productive member of society and contribute, and
So
also.
if someone is disabled, right, are they specifically granted dignity under your view?
So here's where yes, like there should be. I mean, we make enough money as a country. We're supposed to be what, the richest country in the world, right? Is that the claim?
Yeah,
right?
we're the richest
So
country in the history of the world.
There should be allocation and funds towards people who literally can't, but there's not that many people that are on those programs that literally can't.
So again, in terms of these different situations, well, in terms of disability right now, it takes a long time and it's really hard to get on disability, right? And for plenty of situations where people even do have disabilities, right, it is the case that they aren't able to get access to the adequate funding that they need, right?
Yeah, disability is something that's harder to get. I mean, I don't know personally because I'm not a part of those programs, but I have heard stories from people who are, where it's like more difficult to get, for example, like war veterans, et cetera. Like they have to go through a whole process and it's not that great. But for example, in order to get food stamps or Medicare, for example, these things that are invested into those things, the requirements are really, you don't have a job, you can just call, get accepted, you just don't have to have a job, and you say that they don't verify, you just say, oh,
By the way, food stamps, you have work requirements and have had work requirements.
that's not true. That's actually not true. That is not true.
Not only did the Big Beautiful Bill pass work requirements, but work requirements existed previously.
It is literally not true.
You want to?
I'm telling you, Parker, right now, if you lived in Oregon and you called them and were like,
Wait,
I want to
so
get food
that
stamps,
could be
you stop.
specific to a state. I don't know I don't know what Oregon specifically laws are on that, but the federal
In
the
California
federal,
as well. I live in California. It's
I
the
live
same.
in California. I don't think that would be the case in California either.
Bro, I'm telling you, you have to call and
provide
verify.
the
It's
state
100%
policies
true.
on this, because that would require
Regardless
state
of the
policy
state
to be
policies, if
different.
you call in and you say you don't have a job, all you have to do is say you don't have a job. You will get those benefits.
You'll get unemployment if you don't have a job. You need to
No,
specifically
you will
apply
get
for
unemployment if you were let go from your job for a specific reason within a time, and you've earned enough within a 3-month time period to be able to qualify for it. Like you have to earn, I think it's over.
You have to
100,000.
qualify for unemployment, but yes, you get unemployment if you specifically.
Yeah, but not food stamps and not healthcare. Not here. No,
But
you
there's
can-
a work requirement on food stamps.
I'm telling you, they do
existed
not.
prior to the Big Beautiful Bill, even.
You just have to not have a job. Which, if you're above 18 and you don't have a job,
So your idea of people just need to get a job is ridiculous. Come on, man. No,
why do you think that's ridiculous?
Why are you going after?
Genuinely,
this?
no. I think
this is
I think
a
this
small
is actually
portion.
a huge.
Let's think about it this
it's
way.
It's not a small
This
portion. I think
is
it's a big.
This is a very small portion of our budget, right? And instead, you're deciding to focus on this instead of focusing on the massive tax breaks for millionaires and billionaires to the tunes of trillions through the Big Beautiful Bill.
I tried my best to digest the entire Big Beautiful Bill. I sat down and like actually tried to like read through it. I'm not a politician. I didn't have much of like an actual understanding of what the Big Beautiful Bill actually inflicted. I like ran it through ChatGPT, tried to get an understanding of it. Like, I don't think Trump is the best person, for example, and I don't think he's the best person. I don't think his cadence and like who he is I don't think he's necessarily probably even a good person, personally. But I think of the options that were available at the time, to address your question of why do you support Trump, he was the best option for people that obviously shared some of the same beliefs as me, right? Like I've never even personally, that authenticity is like one of the most important things in a person.
He's authentic. That is embarrassing that you think he's authentic.
If he
is the
wasn't,
least authentic candidate in the history of candidates, like fucking ever, dude. He had 30,000 confirmed lies in his first administration. He cheated on every single one of his wives. He lied consistently. He said that he was going to end the Russia-Ukraine war in 24 hours. That was an obvious lie. He said he was going to reduce grocery prices. He said specifically his policies in general were going to reduce prices when he was passing tariffs that literally increased prices. He said tariffs decrease prices. All of these things are incoherent. All of them are wrong, right? All of these things are lies, right? This guy is consistently inauthentic.
I think you're saying that. I think from your perspective of a lot of these things, you're not saying he's necessarily not authentic. You're saying you don't think that he's like a good person or like has followed through with some of the things that he said. But a lot of these things,
I mean, like he was purposefully lying in order to get your vote in those circumstances. He knew he couldn't do that, but yet he was saying it specifically to get your vote, knowing that he couldn't do it.
Some of those things that you listed at the time when he said those things, he was already president.
No, he specifically said all of those things when running for president.
That he was going to end the Russian war or the Ukraine war in 24 hours?
Yeah.
Is the Ukraine war still going on?
Yes.
Currently, right now?
Yes.
I mean, for one, like if somebody says they're going to like do something like that involves multiple other parties, you have to assume that they're like being optimistic.
That is overly optimistic to a point that everyone knows it's a lie. And if you don't
then if
think
everyone
that
knows
it's a
it's a lie,
lie,
why would
I'm
they
sorry.
vote?
I don't understand your thought process.
You asked the original thing, like to get back to the main question is why do you support Trump? I don't think Biden was a better option to inflict change of any of the things.
Harris was absolutely a better option to inflict change. I give specific examples if you'd like.
I mean, I was there for that entire time as well, just as you were, and like I didn't like I try to keep an open mind.
Policy that they passed that you dislike?
That who passed?
The Biden-Harris administration.
I don't know very many policies that they passed through.
So then
I feel like
you identified that they would have done bad?
It seemed like nothing was happening.
So because you didn't pay attention?
No, I mean like.
So things were happening. Like, for example, the Bipartisan Infrastructure Bill, the CHIPS Design Act, the PACT Act, the Inflation Reduction Act, the American Rescue Plan. There was a lot happening under the Biden-Harris administration. It's just Biden isn't like literally in front of the media 24/7 saying, "Oh, I've stopped 12 wars. I've done the most you've ever seen from any president you've ever seen ever. Greatest amount of jobs you've ever seen. More jobs than anyone ever. You know, best situation you've ever seen." You know, he doesn't do that. He doesn't take credit for everything like Donald Trump does, even if he didn't cause it.
Do you think that's important for a politician to do?
I think that there's a point to say that like Biden was bad at communicating his particular effective goals that he passed under his administration. So to some degree, he should do that to a greater extent. But to the degree that Trump does it is to such a degree in which it literally degrades taking credit for things, because it's not actually like a situation where they deserve credit. Now, Biden definitely needed to take credit for things that he deserved credit for, and he didn't do that. He didn't brag. He should have been bragging. He should have done that. That was an issue with him not communicating in the most effective way. But the way that Donald Trump communicates those different types of things and brags about it and takes accountability for things that he literally didn't do is not legitimate and not genuine, because it is the case that it doesn't lead to, or it's not because of his specific policy or any things that he did, and it has nothing to do with him.
Do you think that?
And
do you think that
Oregon has a 30-hour work requirement, so even more than the federal government?
If you work more than 30 hours, you don't qualify.
If you work less than 30 hours,
you do qualify.
No, you don't.
Yes,
qualify. You don't qualify.
That's 100% not true for food stamps. That is not true. I promise you. I know someone who's on food stamps currently. That is not true. 100%. I promise you, Parker. That is absolutely not true. Any of the comment section right now saying I'm clueless has no idea. If you live in Portland, Oregon, and you have food stamps, you know that is not true.
How much would you be willing to put on that?
I'll put $1,000 right now.
You would put $1,000 on that right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you serious? Are you serious right now? You put $1,000 on it right now.
100%. I will literally prove it to you. I'll literally prove it to you. Privately or however you want to, on this FaceTime or whatever, or on this TikTok live stream, like 100%. You do not have to work 30 hours in order to qualify for food stamps in Oregon, in the state of Oregon. You do not.
Okay. So I can send you something from Oregon.gov that says starting in October 1st, 2025, and in starting in January 1st, 2026. It shows that all the counties that they have to apply to the work rules, which is 80 hours of work activities in a month. Now,
I'm sitting in front of someone.
I'm literally looking at the work requirements right now.
Sitting in front of someone.
It says you need to meet the ABAWD rules, work rules, if you are between 18 through 20 or 64 years old, and you don't have a child under 14 years old on your SNAP case. And it says some others are exempt, but that these work requirements exist. And I'm looking at the Oregon.government website right now.
So you're saying these work requirements, but so okay, you're saying those things, and maybe you're reading a totally legitimate article, and maybe it does say somewhere that.
Do you want me to tell you where to find it?
I mean, I believe you. I trust that.
Department of Human Services SNAP work rules, food benefits.
Yeah. So if I were to show you someone that isn't doing those and isn't reporting anything and that has food stamps, would then I win that argument?
So here, how about this? Previously called food stamps, the federal work requirement is generally 30 hours per week, but for able-bodied adults without dependents, ABAWDs, it is 20 hours per week. States can request temporary waivers from the Food and Nutrition Service, FNS, to exempt recipients from ABAWD work requirements in areas with an unemployment rate above 10% or insufficient job opportunities. ABAWDs who fail to meet the work requirements can only receive SNAP benefits for up to 3 months in a 36-month period unless they meet the requirement or are exempt.
For example, when you call them to apply for those benefits, all you literally have to say is that I do not have a job and that I can't find a job and I can't work, and you will get those benefits. That's all you have to say.
Hey, dude, based upon
they don't
what
verify
we agreed
anything.
to, like I just read to you from the Oregon Department of Human Services, and you're just wrong, right? Like
I'm not wrong because even if a policy says it, that's not how it actually is. That is not how it actually is. I have
that's literally what the Oregon Department of Human Services.
You can read the comments, bro. People are saying I'm right. It is not wrong what I'm saying. You literally they don't verify anything because Oregon, even if they've just recently agreed to that law, which you're just saying that's recent, brand new code that they're saying that this is what you have to do to qualify. That is not what they actually do. That is not how they actually run that program. They give it to as many people as they want to. All you have to do is call in and say, I don't have a job and that I can't work. And they say, are you able-bodied? And they say,
your argument was that there was no work requirement, correct? That was your argument? Okay.
If there's no policies to
all I'm
enforce
showing
that,
you is that
if there's
it's
no
not
policies
true. Is that there
if there's
is
no
a work
policies
requirement?
to enforce
So like
that, then it is not true. Like for example, if I'm like,
dude,
hey,
I'm reading
you
it
can't
right
break into my
now from
house,
the
but I
Oregon
leave my
Department
door
of Human
wide open,
Services. I don't know
like,
what more else
it's
I
on
could
there.
show. I could tell you. I don't know what could you provide me, man? Like genuinely, like what would you be able to
What could
provide
I
me that
could
disproves what I just showed you?
I asked you a question. I said, okay, you're saying that, but if I showed you someone that literally has food stamps that is not disabled,
So someone doesn't qualify, yet they still were able to get access to it. In practice, in certain counties, maybe this isn't completely enforced. Is that your argument?
It's not enforced at all. It's not enforced at all. It's a thing on a piece of paper. They don't actually enforce it at all. That's my whole point.
So you agree that there is a work requirement in policy. You just don't think it's in practice.
And then I would agree that that's the same thing.
It's not. So
I would agree that that's
you said that there was no work requirement. You are now agreeing that there is a work requirement. It's just not enforced. Is that your position?
Then there's not a work requirement. A requirement is something you have to do in order to get something.
Yeah, but
if you don't enforce that, then it is completely
Wait, do you agree that there
false.
is a work requirement, just that it's not being enforced?
Yeah.
Okay, well then technically you've lost the bet, dude. I'm not gonna lie,
dude. That's bullshit, and you know it. That's
dude,
like such
you actually did lose the bet. You said that there is no work requirement. There genuinely is a work requirement.
If you do not enforce said work requirement, then it is not.
You'd have to provide evidence that it's just not enforced at all.
Okay, call them.
Call them?
Literally
you want me-
call
you want me
them
to-
and
you want me
do
to
a
call them
pseudo
on live?
application. Yeah, call them and do a pseudo application.
No.
I guarantee you,
I don't
you will
live in
get accepted,
Oregon.
bro.
How-
All you have to do is say you don't
think,
work.
So you think me in California, I would get accepted?
Yeah,
Wait,
if you
I have
give
a
them
question.
normal
Then
address,
why don't
not
you
a
call?
deal.
Why don't you call right now and do it? How about you do it? Do it on the stream right now. Call.
They're closed at 6 p.m., bro.
Okay, so you're only because it's 6 p.m. It's closed. So wait, will you come up on stream and do it on a different day?
Yeah, 100%. Actually, yes, guaranteed. Promise.
So cap. So did you just
That's not
admit that
cap.
you would try to commit fraud on stream?
No, I would say pseudo application. You just don't go through with it. But you listen to the questions that they ask you. It is completely not enforced, bro.
Yeah. So there are people from Portland, Oregon, in the comment section that are saying, or not from Portland. They said from Oregon, saying that it's 100% enforced. So I mean, genuinely, like I do think you lost the bet. I'm not gonna lie.
It's not enforced, bro.
You do low.
I saw people in the comments earlier as well that were literally saying that I am right and that it's not that way.
So maybe in one or two circumstances it's not enforced, but in a general practice it's enforced. Do you agree?
No, I don't agree.
Okay.
I don't. I believe that you might have read something on a piece of paper that says that.
I read it from the government website.
They don't do that, though.
Deidre, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $5 for I live in Portland. I found myself in a position to have to apply for food stamps during the summer. The guest is full of shit. Let me read what they said fully.
Yeah,
the guest is full of shit. There's so much more to the process. They said they lived in that area and they had to get it themselves. Do you think that they're lying?
My mother grew up on food stamps, bro. Like I come from a single mother house. She was a direct benefit to those programs. I'm telling you that is exactly how it is today.
But I don't think typically children are a part of the process of determining whether or not someone gets qualified. So it's likely that you might not know.
No, I wasn't a child when that happened.
Okay, I thought you were just saying that you
grew up. Like grew up. Like I'm saying, my mom has been on those assistance until like very recently, and like I come from a very poverty based family, like almost it's either drugs or like.
Wait, I have a question. So if your family relied on food stamps, why would you want them to not have access to it?
Because I was able to not only see firsthand, and you said like, okay, it's a very low part of the GDP, but it's about the entire like.
No, it's a very low part of the budget. It's small.
Okay,
it's a small portion of the budget.
Yeah, it's a small portion of the budget. It's about like the cultural aspect and impact that those type of programs do actually have.
Cultural impact?
Yeah.
How does that have a negative cultural impact?
You went to college, right? Where'd you go?
I can't say.
Okay. Well, University of Oregon is where I went. And the majority of like kids and people that are like total shit cans, like don't work very hard, like kind of like party all the time, know that those programs and assistances exist. And so it causes overall people to know that if you just like want to fuck off and not do that much and be like kind of a loser, ultimately be homeless and make those decisions, choose drugs, partying, all this stuff, you ultimately will be okay. There's somebody there to pick up that weight of that, like that person not being a productive member of society and not contributing in any way. A lot of people are saying like I'm selfish in these chats as well, which is funny because like,
I'm sorry.
everything.
In those circumstances, people should be taken care of. I think addicts should still be taken care of. The idea that they shouldn't be taken care of is ridiculous.
You think that, okay, question. So do you think if you removed all those safety nets in place that were able to catch
that
people when
would
they
not
fall,
be taken care of? Yes. People would die. Yes.
Do you think less people would do them though as a result?
I think that when you say less people would do that, people would be dead to a greater extent. So I don't know what you mean by
but less people would go down that route of choosing that because they know that there's not a backup plan and somebody there to help them. So even if a couple people died due to the extremeness of it or something like that, the overwhelming majority
if
of
that
people,
was true, then historically speaking, through the criminalization of drugs, wouldn't we have seen a decline in the usage when we've actually seen an uptick?
Not at the same time, while it's easy to be a drug addict and just sleep on the floor and fucking sidewalk and grab a tent and stuff like that
I don't think that people would say that in general, that it's easy to be homeless, right? I think that there are a lot of negative implications to people specifically in terms of having to live homeless specifically that we take for granted specifically while living in houses all the time. I don't think that's easy. I think specifically it's actually very hard, and I think that people should be given access to housing. No one should live without access to a house. I don't give a shit. It's fucking inhumane for you to
for
advocate
example,
that.
someone who's
Seriously,
a drug
every
addict-
single person should have access to it. No person
Someone
in
who's a
this
drug
country
addict-
should go without access to a house.
Okay, someone who's a drug addict sitting on the sidewalk. Have you interacted with the homeless people much in your life?
I have interacted with people who are homeless, yes, and I don't think that they should be specifically subjected to conditions where they have to be homeless. I don't think that they should be subjected to conditions specifically where they aren't given access to help. People who are addicted to substances, they should be given access to mental health resources, to addiction services specifically, right, to medical health services. There should be universal access to healthcare. I believe in that, and every single person should live with dignity. Right, the idea that we live in a society where we do not give that level of dignity is something that I think about on a daily basis, and how horrible that is. Genuinely, it is horrible that we live in a society where not every single person is granted that level of dignity, that they're taken care of. And for plenty of people out there that specifically do not have that safety net in terms of family members or society, right, or any of that specifically to take care of them, and they are subjected to those horrible conditions, I think that they should be taken care of, and I think that they deserve love.
While what you're saying is good and like centered in like a good message of like we take care of people as well, there is something to be said in a huge way that enabling these behaviors through creating all these safety nets that go misused.
Okay, well, I just lost my guest access, so I had a feeling that this was likely going to happen at some point. I never even got multiple bans. This has been happening to a lot of people on TikTok today, just letting everyone know, so I likely won't get hit back. We'll see. I'll try to go to my second account right now, everyone. I'm gonna appeal real quick. Do give me a second. I committed no violation of the terms of service. Hey everyone, I would really recommend to go over to my YouTube right now. We are like less than 3,000 followers away from hitting 400,000. So I would really, really, really appreciate it if you go check out the YouTube stream. We have to go to my second account right now, everyone, because the main account did just get banned. I had a feeling that this was going to happen at a certain point, so I was expecting that, to be totally honest. All right, everyone, I'm going to hit a restart here on TikTok to go on to my second account on Parker Get a Real Job here on TikTok. You can go over there to Parker Get a Real Job on TikTok if you'd like, but I would really recommend to go over to the YouTube. I love y'all. I'll see y'all here in a second on YouTube. If you're on YouTube, hit that thumbs up, everyone. It will help get out to more people. A million seconds. Thank you so much for the $20. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Yes, that's so important. Chris, thank you so much for the $20. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Can we do W's for Chris in the comment section right now? Thank you. Yeah, that's very unfortunate. That's ridiculous. Because it's Halloween. Like, I do think that it's probably because of Halloween. I do notice slightly less people here today than normal. Like, even on YouTube. But yeah, do give it a second, everyone. We're going to start getting some debates. How was your day, Ben? It's been pretty good. It's been pretty good. Had a pretty chill day. We're going to get the debates going here in a second. Do give it a second. Real quick, everybody. Elizabeth, thank you for the $3. Thank you so much. Hannah with the $12. Thank you so much. Aurora, thank you for the $2. Thank you. Thank you for the cheeky boo. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the membership subscription, Rue. Thank you so much, Yara. I really appreciate it. Thank you. As well as Amanda, thank you so much for the member subscription. Thank you. I do always miss some of the member subscriptions. I got to do some stuff for the members. I think there's like fucking videos I can make and stuff like that. I gotta figure out more of that stuff on YouTube. But yeah, do give it a second for people to join up. We're gonna get the debates going here very soon. This is my sign to stay in and watch you debate on lives. Base, yes, this is a sign. Is Smokey elevated? In my thoughts, he is. Jonna, thank you so much for the member subscription. Thank you so much for 5 months watching strong. Happy Halloween. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Happy Halloween. You're my favorite TikToker at this point. Based? Yo, W's, let's go. Let's go. We love that. Ruth, thank you for the $2. Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween. Mark, thank you for the member subscription. Thank you. Alrighty. Let me see if I completely lost it on my main. I have no response yet, so we'll give it a bit. Alrighty. Someone just called me a top tier grifter in the comment section. You know what? W's in the chat. W for the top tier grifting, everyone. We love it. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
33, bro.
Do you support Donald Trump?
No, I told earlier Dean that
Let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates, everybody. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 26.
Do you support Donald Trump?
Yes.
If you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who would you rather vote for?
Would I rather vote for? Probably neither. I would probably vote for Claudia de la Cruz.
Okay. All right, let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Sonia, thank you so much for the $10. Thank you so much. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
We're back. It's me.
Okay, welcome back.
How are you, man?
Good. What were we arguing?
We were just talking right before you got cut off.
You were just what? Sorry?
I was just talking to you right before you got cut off.
Like what were you saying?
We were talking about work ethic, and we were talking about.
You owe me $1,000, dude.
I know, yeah, that's what you said. Okay, we'll genuinely hit me up after, like in private messages, and like we'll figure something out by that. But like, I will 100% come back.
Cash App, PayPal, link tree in the bio as well as the description of YouTube.
I will 100% come back on a stream, and I'll request, and I will have the Oregon State or Oregon Snap, because you can call and do like an application. They'll ask you some questions, and you'll see how, even though it's a policy, they do not enforce it. It is not genuine. Like. It's like, for example, if I say no 18-year-olds.
Wait, so then what are all the people in my chat specifically that had to go through that process that live there?
There's also a lot of people in your chat. I hope if there's people from Oregon that know 100%, they know like an 18-year-old kid or like a fucking 24-year-old kid who's a slob who plays video games all day, who's on food stamp benefits and on all those welfare programs and could fully work. They just don't want to because they're lazy as fuck.
Okay, no, I don't think that there's anyone saying that in the comments, genuinely. I wouldn't say that people are just lazy. Also, like, what about the children that are impacted by this? Say that you do think
I heard that.
The parents are lazy. Say you think the parents are lazy. Do you think the children should be negatively impacted because of that?
I think, for example, like one thing you said earlier, and I try to get into this because you were talking about how every person deserves dignity, and like you kind of like implied that it's like almost a right to be able to have a family. Like you think it's a right.
Well, I was arguing that like that's an aspect of someone's dignity if they would like to choose specifically to go through that context of having a family.
So where we completely disagree, and the reason why I think this is relevant to the Trump and like the whole entire debate when it comes to red versus blue is I work in sales, and I'm around a lot of like successful, wealthy people who like work extremely hard, and 80 hours, dude, like what I was saying earlier, is not that hard to work. There's a lot of people that work construction that pull 60 to 70, that depending on what you do, it all depends on like obviously how much effort you're putting into your job and how much brain power it's using. Like you can do 80 hours and be a security guard and it's not that hard, but like 80 hours is enough to still get 8 hours of sleep, come home, hang out with your family for an hour or two, and like wake up early 6-7 a.m. and go to work. And like having a family hang
out for an hour. Wow.
Yeah, having a family is not a privilege.
Sleep. Having a life 1 hour outside of the context of work is a privilege.
Having a family is not owed.
1 hour of free time. That's all you get, buddy. That's all you get. You work until you fucking sleep.
Dude,
this is crazy. This is crazy.
It's actually not that crazy.
It is nuts.
It's not that crazy. And what I'm trying to communicate here is that I think that there's an understanding that things that other people, some people, like maybe you classify as just things that are owed to you, none of it's owed to you.
It is.
None of it is. I don't think so at all.
Just by being a person.
if you're not putting in work to be able to like equal out
don't
what
have
you're
to put in
contributing
work
to society,
to be given dignity.
dignity, I believe, is living a life that is honorable. And
Yeah, so how can someone live in a life that's honorable if they aren't given basic dignity?
okay, what does you giving me dignity contribute to my ability to have a good life? What is it? What is that? How does that contribute at all?
If I
How
have
are those
enough
correlated?
people specifically, and we create a society that restricted you from getting access to certain things specifically because of the fact that we viewed you as having less dignity, well, then
Yeah.
it would negatively impact you. So that's kind of what we're pointing to, is that systems exist because of the fact that you believe that they don't deserve dignity, and that specifically negatively impacts them.
What system exists that stops me from being able to go get a job and make a better life for myself? Anybody.
So saying just get a job, I don't think you should have to work that much in order to be able to get access to those basic amenities. I think that those basic amenities should be given to every person for being a person.
And you think
are you
that
pro-life?
am I pro-life?
Yeah.
No, I think it should be the girl's choice.
Okay.
But I don't think that I think that, for example, like I don't think that it's necessarily like a good thing. Like I don't think, and I think that women would agree
believe it
as
should
well.
be a choice, right?
Yeah, it should be their choice, but I think like, for example, like it should be, I think there should be a narrative in the media that points towards like more so the impacts of what it actually causes to like the women's psyche to go through those things, and like try to encourage more towards like a positive reinforcement of making a decision that doesn't get you in that position to where you have to. Because one thing also too, one thing about the whole pro-life debate is it's not that fucking hard to not get someone pregnant.
We don't need to. Well, actually, most abortions come from failed contraceptives.
It's also not that hard to not have sex.
Really?
If people talk about,
you just don't have sex?
No, I do have sex. I have a girlfriend,
Okay,
but
so then what the fuck is the point of saying that? Just don't have sex, bro.
Or treat it as if you're going to have sex unprotected.
It doesn't change anything. We're telling you what, descriptively speaking, it is based upon the Gemacher Institute.
What's the statistic between abortions that do take place and those being linked to failed contraception?
51% of abortions are a result of failed contraceptives.
Okay, so 50% of the time it's not that.
51% of the time it is, and then 49% of the time it would not be.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, like for that 49%, I would argue that, and just anyone talking about that subject in general, it's like this. I feel like in general, when we're talking about politics and like decisions and what we should do, there's this perception that like it's hard to be able to like buy eggs and buy milk and like support yourself when it's not. It's hard to be able to like control the circumstances and scenarios you're in to be able to like not have the scenario to where you have to go get an abortion. Like these things, like abortion, regardless, like it's good that it's an option for women to have, but it's not a good thing like to go do. Like it is a good thing because you're avoiding something in that way, but it's not like an overall positive. It's not like you leave the abortion clinic and you're like, woohoo, hell yeah, that was awesome. Like, you know, if you're in that circumstance, regardless of what side you're on, whether you're saying
I
that
don't
it's
know why
wrong.
you go into all of this. What's the point of all of this? You believe it should be legal, correct?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. That's all that was relevant. I was just trying to essentially ask you to see like what your position was on it, to see if it reflected your positions that you were like saying out like prior. I think that your view here has a lack of human dignity for individuals just for being a person, that they're granted certain types of like rights and freedoms, right? And I think that like in order for us to be able to operate or exist within society, our core fundamental like necessities need to be taken care of. And if you don't create a society where people feel like they're going to be taken care of, well, then people are oftentimes going to go towards other things outside of the context of, you know, things that we generally have in community and society, because they're lonely, because they don't specifically have anyone else to go to, because they fall to things like addiction. Right? There are plenty of situations that specifically people are affected by, but that does not mean that they lose that human dignity. Right? And like getting rid of that human dignity allows for you to treat them in such horrible ways.
You're lumping a lot into this word of human dignity, though.
It
like
is.
you're lumping.
There's a lot there.
I think maybe if you're a full-grown adult and you're able-bodied to work, there is absolutely no reason why you should be starving.
So you'd be okay with your kid starving to death if he didn't work?
My kid or my adult?
Well, they're an adult, but they're your kid still.
Okay with? Would it make me sad? Like, no.
Professionals, right?
Yeah, I mean, you could label it with like a mental health profession or something like that.
No,
And like,
obviously, there are very well are circumstances that people specifically have in terms of mental health that restrict them from working, right? Which specifically is not their choice, right? That's the mental health specifically that they have, and that's something that they should be able to get help with. That's why I believe in universal access to healthcare, which includes mental health care.
yeah, we fundamentally disagree on what people are owed. And so that's like where in this debate, for example, where we're like kind of going in opposite directions. Like I just don't think
I put into the system, right? Everyone else puts into the system. Why do they have more of a say than I do specifically? I think people should be taken care of, right? I think that like if you would care about others, you would say the same. Are you Christian?
Baptized but not practicing, no.
Okay. But do you care about your community, right? Do you want what's best for your community? Because I would say what's best for your community is to ensure that everyone's fed. The whole point we have this certain economic model we have is to ensure that people have the things they need, right?
I think what's best for your community.
If we can't ensure that on a fundamental level, what are we actually doing here?
Yeah, I think what's best for the community is to teach people the skills and the work ethic to be able to feed themselves, not feed them.
Why can't we do
without
both?
How do you do both without getting the people that are just being enabled and just going to take advantage of those programs and then become entitled and feel like they're owed something and privileged through those programs of being like, someone else is going to take care of it, so I don't need to go do that hard thing. Because for example, like what we're not talking about, like we're not in an era where it's not hard, where it's like a grocery store is hundreds of miles away, and it's like we're talking about people who literally can't get the food. Like for example, like you can go get a job if you're working 80 hours. Also, by the way, like to go back to that analogy, you're doing very well. You're able to afford an apartment by yourself almost anywhere. Almost, like even in New York, you could go get like a shitty ass 400 square foot apartment. If you're working 80 hours a week, even if you're working like 23 hours, you're getting time and a half, you're busting your ass. And like, that should be something that's not necessarily talked about in a negative way. Like if you're doing a very low IQ, low skill oriented job that requires you to work 80 hours to be able to afford that, then like that's a representation of your life choices.
That you needed to work 80 hours a week. You don't even work that. That's ridiculous. No one should have to work
I don't work
much.
that because I have a skill.
You don't work that because you don't think
more.
that you would think that's fucking horrible to have to work that much specifically.
But I have
really
worked
ridiculous.
that, and if I didn't have the skill, I would work that in order to be able to
work
pay
that
for
every
those
single
things.
day of the week. You wouldn't do that would you do that do that every year? Start working 80 hours a week. Stop having the life that you have today. Stop engaging in the relationship that you have specifically with your girlfriend so that you can work all fucking day. Seriously, like, do you think that should be asked of you? Hell no. No one should that be asked of. That is way too much to ask from any person. Okay? If someone wants to work 80 hours a week, go for it. That's what they want to do. That's their thing. Okay? You could do that if you want. I think that's too much. I don't think anyone should be forced to do that. I would never do that myself. I would not work 80 hours in a week. That's absurd. What would I be able to do in my life with anyone else in my life? And who's to say specifically that me putting in that much specifically should mean that I deserve to eat any differently than anyone else that puts in that much labor? Like seriously, 40 hours a week should ensure everyone eats, should ensure everyone's food is taken care of, should ensure everyone's healthcare is taken care of. No more, no less than that.
Not every job.
Actually, obviously, you could say less. I don't know why I said. I was just saying.
Not every job that you work, even if you're working 40 hours, is worth much. The value is low for a lot of these jobs that you're talking about, where people aren't having
the value is low as calculated specifically by society. But I'm saying that there should be a baseline level of morality that we apply to it. It's not just what specifically is going to be in terms of society. Because again, you think that people who are disabled specifically should be taken care of, but you would agree that the measure specifically utilized by the profit mechanism within the context of capitalism would not indicate that to be the case because they actively can't work. Right? And if that's the case specifically, they should still be taken care of. So even though they're not specifically engaging in the producing for society, doesn't mean that their life doesn't have value, doesn't mean that they don't have dignity, doesn't mean that they don't deserve to be taken care of within the context of our society. Every single person deserves to be taken care of.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Like I said, I think that there's like a huge disagreement when it comes to what people are basically what they're entitled to.
Okay, so do you think that people in prison should die if they don't specifically get work for their food? Should they have to work 80 hours in a week in order to be able to get food, or should they be able to work less than that to be able to still
I'm
get
not too
food?
informed what it's like to be actually in prison, but I'm pretty sure that people in prison are always attached to some amount of work, like they're doing jobs in the prison, right?
And you think that that should be the case?
No, I mean, yeah, 100%.
So not only do you think that they should be forced to work without, do you think that they should be paid?
I mean, if you're in prison, you've already lost a lot of your basic human rights for a lot of things because
you're advocating for slavery, though.
I mean, like for prisoners.
Yeah, that's still slavery.
For like murder, I mean, like I guess, sure.
Yeah, so you're totally okay with slavery?
I think that if you're in those set of circumstances or whatever, and like they need you to clean up the prison or whatever, and like you don't have a choice on whether you like do it or not, which they do have a choice, right? They can just say no, and then they get like locked in their cell, and then like food brought to them. I don't know what there's nobody like whipping them to make them do it, but there's these programs set in place where they get benefits if they work.
Okay, so by the way, for people who are in prison for
are they forced to work?
You're saying that they should be forced to work.
To what degree? Like forced to work for?
By the way, if Donald Trump was sent to prison, you'd be okay with him being enslaved? Because
yeah,
he's a convicted criminal and he was sentenced, and if he wasn't put to be president of the United States, he specifically could have gone to prison. You think it would have been justified to enslave him?
I think it would be I think it would be justified if Trump was put into a prison to be treated literally like any other prisoner.
Okay, so it'd be justified to enslave Trump.
Like, are you calling prison slavery?
Well, I'm saying that there is slavery in the context of prisons, yes, and I think that that's bad.
Okay, I mean, I think that for like a murderer who's already done something horrible, or somebody who's done something or broken X amount of laws, or like done something that's bad enough to get them into prison.
For example, if someone's in prison specifically for possession of W drug, the thing I'm elevated on right now, right? Do you think that it'd be justified to enslave them?
I think prison isn't a place where they pick and choose based on what crime you committed. I think everyone gets treated the same, right?
So would you say yes?
I think that if you're in prison, you should be treated how every single person treats you in prison, which isn't good.
So you think it's justified to enslave them?
I think if you're in prison, you've already given up your right for a lot of basic human rights to be able to like do what you want and like have these things. So like, I don't think people should be whipped and beat until they work. I think that there should be, for example, you get your basic core minimum, and then if you do work and do these things, you get afforded more. And if you don't do those things, you don't get those extra things. That's kind of basic common sense, right?
So would you let people starve to death if they didn't work in prison?
No.
No, you wouldn't let them starve to death. Okay, but you would let people starve to death if they weren't in prison?
I think in prison, the context is different than in normal society. And when you have the ability to, for example, the scenario where you have the ability to go work and take care of yourself, and you're choosing not to.
Yes.
You should have to live with those consequences until they're uncomfortable enough for you to change that action. In prison, you can't do anything besides what you're assigned to. They've taken away those things and they say, you are living in this cell. You can only leave during these times, and we're going to feed you to keep you alive. Basically, like they're not eating the best stuff.
So because there are set conditions within the environment that say you have to do a certain set of things. That's the current system that exists in society anyway. Like, here's the point that I'm trying to get you to
Prison
understand.
is supposed to be a rehabilitation.
Is that if
act,
you
right?
think that there should be a bare level, if you think that prisoners should be taken care of and fed, then why don't you think that people should be fed if they aren't in prison?
Why are you not acknowledging
Are
the
you just
differences
creating
of
conditions
people?
which incentivize people to go to prison so that they can survive?
Why are you not acknowledging the difference in circumstances between prison and everyday society? They're not the same at all.
I'm not saying that they're 100% identical. That's not the point that I'm making. What I'm saying is that if you think that people within prison should be taken care of and should be fed, why do you think people outside of prison shouldn't be fed? And if it is the case that you think that that should be the case, then wouldn't that just incentivize people to then go to prison, to then be fed?
I think that is a system that actually exists. I think there are homeless people who would rather be in prison or jail, for example, because they are fed and they do have a warm bed and they have showers, and they don't have that on the outside, for example. That is actually a real scenario that does happen.
And do you think that's okay?
I think personally, in today's society, that there are more than enough programs that if people really wanted to get better, they would. And if they can't, there's still programs out there for them. Like if they're disabled,
Sorry,
or
is that not a situation where you're going to be like, yes, maybe we should provide better circumstances?
No, yeah,
for
I'm
people
saying that
so
those,
it doesn't incentivize them to commit crime just to survive.
Yeah, there are that is in place though. That is already in place.
It's not though.
It is in place.
It's not.
Is $300?
You also have been advocating against that the whole stream.
For the overall person of how it's the whole system of how it's structured, it's not structured to where there's a line cut where it's only these people with schizophrenia and who are disabled can get these benefits. It's not that way.
Sorry, repeat that thing.
It's not. I'm talking about the system as a whole of how it's structured. Like, if it was structured to where only disabled people who literally could not work got those benefits, and there was programs set in place to not only like just give them money or food stamps or like healthcare, but like programs to take them in and like rehabilitate them, get them in good health, feed them good, and actually help them get out of that system, then like it would make sense. But these programs are so vague and they're so hands off and they're not monitored that
if you want a system that helps people, that's all we want. Okay, we can talk about the specifics later, but if you want a system that inevitably leads to a goal that is going to take care of people, right? Then that's the point that we're trying to get to here, is that you at least want that system to take care of people. Okay.
For the absolute bottom of the bottom, and for not a high
safety net. So you want a safety net.
Not like, but a very different one than what we have. It would have to be a complete policy reform.
So by the way, all you've argued is that you just want the safety net done in a different way. So then you'd have to specify how you want it done specifically. That would be relevant to the context of the conversation. Otherwise, the whole argument you were making earlier that you didn't want the safety net in the very first place because you think that it keeps people into the safety net in the very first place is not a good argument, because it will be applicable to your position.
It's not necessarily not a good argument. It's just saying that the system of how it is not currently a system that takes people who are at their lowest of lowest and brings them out of it. It's a system of enablement, and it's a system of encouragement. It's a safety net that is saying like, hey, look, if you're not going to do these things, which I'm making the argument also simultaneously while saying that it is not that hard to have a job that works less than 80 and afford rent, if you budget correctly, afford a car, afford gas, afford all the food that you need, and save a little bit, or break even if you're doing a very, very low paying, low skill job. You can still
literally just, all you're just saying is the way that we fix this is get a job. Do you realize that's been told to people? Think about it this way. Do you think people have not taken into account that they could just get a job? Do you think that's something that they have not thought about before? I'm sorry. This is nothing new. This is nothing new that's been said to anyone. You're not providing a policy. You're not providing a plan. You're not providing an actual mechanism to address the set of scenarios. Anything different than what's existed in terms of, quote unquote, get a job historically. Like literally, that's it. There's no difference. What are you providing extra? What plan are you providing? How are you advocating for any type of reform? None of this is reform. This is just telling people to get a job. Okay, do you want a federal jobs guarantee?
What is that?
A federal jobs guarantee would be specifically from a governmental perspective that if you can't get a job in the context of the private labor market, that you'd be able to get access to a job from a governmental perspective.
Okay.
If your whole way to fix this is, quote unquote, get a job, then why don't you provide a baseline of federal jobs specifically that will ensure that people can take care of themselves on 40 hours of work?
Sure. Like I don't see. I think that would be a better system than if you reformed the current policy on how welfare is allocated and distributed towards people, and changed that entire system, and then also created government jobs that basically guarantee that you'll at least have a livable wage in your specific area where you live. If you do this job, then, I mean, the person's working and they're still doing something. Like, if the job was to sit there and stare at a wall and not do anything productive, then I would think that, like, why are you making that like an actual thing? But if the job is like actually contributing and you're doing something like valuable that helps everyone around you and solves a problem, then I think that I don't see any problem with that. But the person still has to work. They have to show up. And a lot of people that are in those scenarios probably wouldn't show up and probably wouldn't work, and they'd end up losing that job.
So your argument is just that people specifically, they're just gonna not work at all. They're just lazy. They don't care to work. So then how is your specific plan of just saying get a job gonna change their mind?
Because the reason why a lot of people, I believe, the reason why a lot of people are that way that you just described, that you're interpreting that I'm saying, is because of all the safety nets and all the resources made available to you, that if you want to be a piece of shit, you can lie, cheat, and scam, and also take advantage of all these extra money to be totally fine.
Like Trump. So if you just act like Trump.
Trump in business?
Yeah.
Trump in business?
Not just in business, in life in general. Lie, cheat, and scam.
I don't
know.
That's
literally a definition of Donald Trump.
I don't know. Like I said in the beginning of this conversation, I don't think Donald Trump's a good person. I think he was the best option of all the options that were made available, and that's obviously why I voted for him. Like that's the ultimate thing. If you're asking who I genuinely liked as a person and thought was like a good candidate and like a person that I was like, dude, that's a good person. Probably like if you hung out with that person, he'd be a great person to hang out with. It was Bernie Sanders. I was like, that guy seems authentic, genuine. He's been preaching the same message since the Martin Luther King March. Like that guy seems like somebody who, on a character basis, is good. But do you need, when obviously the reason why Trump got elected into office is a bigger problem than just,
you know what's
is
crazy
he a good person
is
or
the
not?
crazy idea is that you'll look to someone like Bernie in a better light when Bernie is like actually significantly more left.
No, I know Bernie's left, but when you're talking about the options that were made available, Bernie dropped out.
It's not even rational. It's like you view Bernie as closer to you than you view the corporate Democrats. It's crazy.
I think there's a lot of people. I mean, I know personally there's a lot of people that when Bernie was running against Trump and that was happening, a lot of people were on Bernie's side, especially like I was in college at the time, and like my views were definitely more left. Like I was definitely like, I considered myself Democratic, or maybe like independent is what I kind of like marked on my box as like a younger kid. But coming out of that environment, and also losing that option to where it was Biden versus Trump, a lot of people that were pro-Bernie was like, yeah, we're going to go for Trump.
What does Bernie say?
Bernie said to go for Biden.
Oh,
but that's because he's a part of the Democrat. He was representing the Democratic Party even as an independent. So like he's going to obviously endorse his party.
He was doing that because he thinks that they're preferable.
He's doing that because he's a politician. And also, yeah, he
I thought you said that he was authentic, right? So he's authentic. He's authentically being a politician.
Still a part of his party.
In an authentic manner.
Still a part of his party. And like, yeah, Bernie did not think that Trump was the best option. But I didn't think, and a lot of people, obviously, enough to make it to where.
Who did Bernie think the best was? So if you think Bernie would be a better option, and Bernie specifically thinks that Biden and Harris were the better options, well, then why didn't you select them? He's being authentic. He's telling you which side is better for the country. He's being super authentic. You agree with me, right?
I don't know if I necessarily agree with you. I think that.
Oh, now he's not authentic, huh?
No, I know. I think Bernie is authentic. I think that decision was probably made for a majority of reasons. I think a lot of probably politicians.
That you're describing as inauthentic. So are you actually describing his character as authentic or inauthentic? Which one is it?
I think Bernie's authentic.
So then he's authentically saying that they're the better candidates, correct?
I guess you could say that. I believe that Bernie actually thought Biden was a better choice. Yeah.
Okay, so authentically. So then why don't you accept that, given that you think that's an authentic position?
I mean, for the same reason, I think a lot of other people didn't accept it. Like I voted for Trump because I felt like at the time, like, I mean, I asked this question earlier and you were like, yeah, I do think that's the thing. I think Trump sold his competency and the things that he promised. Like, I do believe in closed borders. Like,
do you think Donald Trump is competent?
He made a lot of promises that would appeal to a lot of people, like
And-
that
and
we
did
didn't
those
know if they were
promises
necessarily
actually uphold, or is he just like saying things? Is he lying? Like what you said earlier, lie, cheat, and scam.
I mean, right now, specifically on like a lot of these things, like I don't know if they're necessarily like things you could solve in one go. I think they're like problems that are probably pretty systemic, and so you have to undo a lot of things and also go through a lot of white tape. Like he doesn't have the power to just say blank is blank and then all of a sudden it happens like that. Like he has to get it approved from this, and there's checks and balances. But specifically, like I think there has been efforts, acknowledgement, and conversation based around making things more affordable, closing borders, immigration.
Okay, how has he made things more affordable?
Dude, like it's like I don't know, everything's kind of been the same. I don't know how to gauge that, like personally. Like in my life personally, I'm able to buy eggs and buy all that stuff just as much as I was back then as I am now. Like it doesn't
No,
seem
things
like
have become more expensive since Trump got into office.
But I've also like I don't know, like also I feel like people make more money now too. Like is that not like people who work make more money? Like I know maybe I just grew up and got a job.
Growth has grown at a lower rate than what it was at the end of the Biden administration.
And see, it's hard for me to like that might be true statistically, but it's hard for me, and I think a lot of people that I know as well, to feel resonated with that, because as we got older, we have jobs, we work hard, and we make more money to be able to pay for the things we want.
So your whole response to everything I've said is just get job, more money, pay for everything.
I mean, money can solve a lot of issues, correct?
Yeah. So just saying get money is not like an actual like policy or thing to do, right? You're just like that random guy sitting in the corner being like, "Hey, bro, just get rich, bro, just get rich, bro. You'll be okay,
We're not
man."
talking about getting rich. It's not that hard to make 60, 70, 80K a year. It's not saying get rich, it's saying
quick,
work hard, bro. If you make 70K a year, you can pay for everything currently right now. You can have a car, you can have an apartment, and you can fill your fridge. 70K. Right now, you can do that.
Okay, I'm sorry. So, yeah, you think it's just someone can just say, like, oh, you know what? I'm going to get 70K job right now. No, that's not.
We can go to, you can open up your phone and go to LinkedIn.
I'm asking you a
right
question.
now.
What is the median income in the United States?
Isn't it 56,000 for, depending on your age group, for like the average person is like 56?
You're thinking household? That's not individual. Individual income's around 40,000.
Okay, 40,000. But yeah, for a single person, 26, I think it's like 56K.
Wait, a median house. Wait, for what?
Income per year.
Wait, say that again, sir.
I think for someone my age, 26 to 27.
I don't know what it is on age demographics.
Age demographic changes a lot. So I think 18-year-olds maybe make like 30K a year, 25 or something like that. It's like on average or something like that. But then it goes up pretty substantially after that. You have to look at the actual graph. I don't know.
Okay, but so the point that I'm generally making here is that just the idea that someone could just get a 70K job, right, is like not something everyone has access to. So if everyone just had access to a 70K job, they would just do it like that, right?
I mean, no, a 70K job isn't going to people's doorstep and saying, hey, take me, I'm a job, take it. But 70K jobs are out there 100%, and they're hiring.
I'm not saying they aren't out there, right? And by the way, 70K is also just not like everything in general. Like, there are plenty of areas around the United States, like for example, like in Los Angeles and New York and San Francisco and a bunch of different large cities, right, where it's specifically going to be categorized as differently, right, than like 70K specifically would be like in a rural community, or like in like where I grew up in Iowa, right?
Yeah, I
So
mean,
we also have to look at it differently.
where you live definitely impacts how much you're gonna make, for sure. And it also impacts how much you're going to spend. Okay, so, I mean, that's not going to change, though, because desire and demand, like, do people want to live, for example, I live in California, you live in California, people want to live here more. So it's going to be more expensive just because people want to live here more. We pay $2.30 more per gallon of gas. But that's not because gas is necessarily that expensive, because you can drive to Utah and pay $2.40 or something like that. Like, but because of where you live definitely impacts that. And if you live somewhere You're not. I'm not like me and you, for example. Like if we were just being bums, we're not entitled to be able to have the right to live in California, right? Like we have to earn, work. You have to live stream. You have to make your money, do those things to be able to pay for the basic things that California requires you to have to pay for. It's expensive to live here. You're a part of that system. Like right now, you're sitting here working.
I think everyone deserves to live, right? That's like we're talking about people.
Live in California, but if you want to be a loser and get away with making $10 an hour,
okay, dude. So this is ridiculous, right? I think that the fact that you just think that like some people are not deserving of basic food and like shelter and water just shows that like you don't really care about people.
I mean, I care about people a lot. I care about my family. I care about my girlfriend. I care about my friends.
You could say that you could care about people in your life. I'm not saying that. I'm saying you don't care about people in general. You care. Sure, you might care about people who are in your family or like your girlfriend or people in your life. Sure, I might say that you do. That doesn't mean you extend that level of care to other people.
Huge. That's a huge assumption for you to make also. And
it's not an assumption. I've had a conversation with you for over 40 minutes at this point. I think that's been evident.
I think that your perception of what caring for someone actually is just different than mine. I don't think I can gauge if you care about people.
Of course our perceptions are differently, but that's obviously going to be indicative of this conversation. It's not just my interpretation of this. That's obviously a lot of people in the chat as well.
Yeah, and there's also, but if you want to go down that route of there's a lot of people who agree with me, there's a lot of people who agree with you, like, yeah, for sure. But like, I think that I care about people in a different way than you do. And I'm not going to sit here and gauge whether you care about people more than I do. But like, I think that a lot of these safety nets are like, for example, if a friend hits me up and asks me for money, for example, like I have to discern that scenario based on who that friend is and decide, am I actually helping this person by giving them this money? Like physically I am, right? They need it. They're saying they need it. Maybe they need it for this or that. But if I do it, does it actually help their scenario? Maybe short term, but like long term, what are the impacts of that, right? And if I say no, what are the impacts of that? Maybe short term it sucks, but maybe long term that helps. And I think that Democrats people or the left side a lot of the time.
Also, by the way, like, are you paying for other people's public education?
No, I mean through taxes, I guess,
but we do through taxes, right? And we do through a system like that. That's kind of what we're advocating for, is that we should do it through these contexts of these systems. We're not even saying you individually as a person have to do it. I don't think you will, right? I'm not saying rich people within the context of the system right now are going to do that. That's why I believe in taxation, is that there's an obligation that you have to society. Society is what led to you making money in the very first place. The fact that you won't give back to society once you make a lot to ensure that people are taken care of is ridiculous. We have the ability to ensure that people are taken care of. The amount that people are getting through the context of food stamps and these different social programs, right, is not specifically enough in the first place, right? And for you to sit there and say that they specifically are just, sitting on the system, they're just lazy, they're not even trying to do anything, is just unbelievably absurd, right? Everyone's trying. Like, most people are trying, okay? The idea that people aren't trying is ridiculous. Give them a pathway. That's what we're specifically advocating for. Give them a pathway. Right, alongside ensuring that their basic needs are met. That's it. That's all we want in society. Is people want specifically social mobility and their basic needs met.
I think
that's what people want.
I agree that reality should be a reality where people's needs are met, and that I think that also too, there's a way to get there besides handing out, and I think there's a way to get there through.
Wait, okay. So then your argument would be is that if you cut people off their access to food stamps, then it specifically would lead to less people being in positions of poverty, right?
I think short term it would have a more negative impact. And I think long term it would have a more positive impact, yes.
So what evidence do you have of that?
I would have to, it's more just like a feeling. I don't know if I necessarily have evidence. It's like an observation.
It's a feeling.
Yeah. Okay. You're going to try to clip farm this, but yeah, it's something that like, I think based on,
I'm not clip farming anything. What are you talking about?
It's a collective opinion, bro. It's like based on everything that I do know and the way that I live and what I've seen about the world. A lot of people in the comments, I've just looked a couple of times and I just want to address this, are saying that like I'm entitled. For mine, like keep in mind, I was in foster care. I come from a single mother home. My dad's a drug addict. Like my dad's dad was deported to Mexico. I never even met him. So my grandpa, like I don't even know who he is. I actively give money to my drug deadbeat dad to like try to keep them alive, basically. And like, not everything that I personally have is 100% been earned by me and me alone. And I know a lot of people that have had way worse than me that have way more and have a certain aspect on life that is way more about, it's less about how, if this person says something and it makes me feel a certain way, so I'm like upset and I hate that person, so let's like cancel them, and way more about like, if that person says something and it's affecting me, it's a representation of like what's going on in my personal life that I'm upset. I'm clearly deeply insecure about something that like I need to work on. And like the fact that this person can so easily get to me and I care about their opinion at all is like, that's a negative reflection on like how I'm living my life. So like for example, like to the people that in the chat that don't know me, that are making like,
hold up, a few more things here.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be left alone to take care of people in your family. We should, as a community, be able to help people take care of their family members and people in need, right? It's not your individual specific obligation specifically to ensure that in every single scenario. It's our society as a whole's obligation to ensure that, because we have the capacity to as a society, and are in a manner in which we do not have the ability to personally. Okay? That's what I'm saying, is that even if it is the case that there isn't family to ensure that people are taken care of, everyone should be taken care of, because that's going to provide a baseline for people to get better. That is the best baseline for people to get better, is to ensure that everything that they need is going to be taken care of.
I appreciate the sentiment that you're saying. And like from somebody who has family members that struggle with addiction and who are in the system of being in prison, out of prison, and on drugs, there are more like for someone like my dad, for example, there's so many programs out there that he has taken advantage of and used to be able to quote for quote help him, that he's never actually done the thing that actually will solve his problem, because it's easier to do these other things. It's easier to get into government assistant housing and get this low income thing and like get a job that's shitty, that doesn't pay you much, and get these drugs and do all these things because of these things that are put into place on a societal level that's like, you don't really have to work that hard. And there's someone there that's going to pick up the slack in some way, that even a little way, it's enough where certain people that want to take advantage of that system will use it to be able to still live the life and not actually fix the problem. That is the reason why they're in that circumstance.
Yeah, so you're saying because there are going to be some people that inevitably don't get to a circumstance where it is going to be better for them, that you're going to take it down for everyone else. The system meant to benefit people. That's what you're advocating for. So what you're doing is essentially going to lead to more people in those circumstances specifically that will not be able to pick themselves up, because the safety net is providing a baseline to catch you when you fall so that you can stand up right after. Right?
People aren't standing up right after, though.
You understand that in some circumstances people don't stand up. That doesn't mean that you don't try with everyone else.
I think there's a different way to try.
You could say someone
We talked about that. We agree that there's a fundamental baseline, aka safety net, that should be
saying that
allocated.
we can help every single person, right? I would love to be able to help every single person in that sort of connotation, specifically in terms of addiction, in terms of situations they're dealing with. I don't know if there's a possible way that there's like a certain thing out there that is going to work for every single person, but we're going to try our hardest, right? And what you're advocating for isn't trying our hardest, right? So we can ensure that people have that baseline, and then we can also invest in other sorts of mechanisms specifically to then say, like, how can we help people? Like, what are mental health resources to help people? What are drug addiction help resources that we can get to help people? Get them access to medical doctors, right? Universal healthcare system. All of those things are going to be helpful on top of this that we haven't tried yet, specifically here in the United States.
Okay, well, in Oregon, I can speak specifically for Oregon because I know those policies the most, and I've grown up in that environment. So I know that if you want counseling that's completely paid for, you can get it. Okay, that's one. Two, food stamps you can get allocated to you, 100%, not that hard to do. We were arguing on the semantics of if there's a policy to do it or not. You can do it on a phone call. It'll take you 25 minutes. Three.
We had this conversation earlier. You literally owe me $1,000 because you were wrong. I'm not trolling.
Dude, that's totally fine, bro. But
I'm literally not trolling. You literally owe me $1,000. You can watch back the conversation on YouTube.
If you have, okay, dude, you're saying that if I were to say, I don't know why we're circling back on this, but if I were to say there's nobody allowed in my bar that's under 21, but I don't have a bouncer and I don't have someone to check ID, and there's no policies in place to make sure that doesn't happen. Even if on paper it says that I only allow 21 plus in there, is that policy real? The answer is no.
The policy is real, but is it enforced? No.
Yeah. Okay. So if it's not enforced, it's not real.
Wait, but you never provided any evidence that it's not enforced, and we have shown plenty of countless examples of specifically evidence that where people literally have indicated themselves going through said system, right? That it is the case that they did have to show.
I know for a fact that's not true. So like you would have to go through the application yourself. I don't know how else to.
You keep saying that you know for a fact, but you think everyone else is lying.
For one, these are people on a screen, and we don't know what the agenda is, what they're saying, anything. But for two, like I know it for a fact because I've seen it.
Okay, you've seen in one or a few circumstances, not in every single circumstance.
If it can happen,
determination on every single circumstance. You're
okay. For example, like,
it's an anecdote. I know someone. Right.
Okay.
Like,
Okay. For example,
not a claim of everyone.
For example, Parker, if me and you
are, I can do the same thing, and I did specifically where I showed you many different people, many different circumstances. Right, said the exact same thing. If you want to go anecdotes, I have also provided you anecdotes already.
Okay, Parker, if me and you were standing outside of a bar and we were both underage, and I was like, yo, every single person says that you can just get into this bar. They don't check anything or do anything like that. There's no bouncer. You just walk in and they'll serve you, and they don't ask for ID once you get there. And then we go and do that, and that exact thing happens. Does that bar have a policy that you can't be 21 and over and drink? No, because they do not enforce it. There's no action taken in place to make sure that's the only thing that happens. And when you're talking about servicing or allocation.
For example, let me give you an example. Is there a speed limit in California? Yeah. But the speed limit that's posted, right? People don't go that speed limit. They go quicker all the time.
But
we're above that. We're well above that shit all the time, and it's not enforced. You can have a cop go right past you. That shit is not enforced. Is it still a law? Yes. On paper, it's a law. It's just not enforced at that particular level, right? That's all it is. Like, for example, the TikTok ban.
People get speeding tickets all the time.
It is literally illegal. This app right now, it's illegal. It's just not enforced by the Trump administration. Okay? The law exists. The TikTok ban exists. Is it enforced? No. Is the TikTok ban real? Yes. Is it enforced? No.
Okay. I don't even know what to say to that.
You also provided, again, not sufficient evidence to indicate that it's not enforced. You just claimed, I promise, bro.
I mean, if you called them, you would agree. But I don't know how else to articulate that. Like I already said that. Like if you called them, you would agree as well.
Okay. Well, then how about you make that call? Right? And you prove that. Post a video, bro. At me.
I'll join it again and I'll call. I'll get a second phone and we'll call together. But yeah, I mean,
is there anything else you want to talk about before I go into the next person?
No, I was just gonna say, like, I appreciate you having like a calm conversation. I think this conversation has been like overall. I think like we disagree on like different things. I think to conclude, I do agree that there should be a base safety net. It should be probably way lower than where it is. I don't think it's that hard to work for what you have, and I don't think it's wrong to think that people need to work a decent amount to be able to have these things that other people consider themselves entitled to have.
Yeah, we already got that, man.
Okay. Well, yeah, man. Well, I appreciate the conversation, and I'll think a lot about what you said, and I'll do more research and try to be more educated.
All right, appreciate you.
Thanks.
Alrighty, let's go to the next individual. Kyle, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Give me some W's for Kyle in the comment section right now. Thank you so much, Kyle. Kara, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $20. Thank you so much, Kara. I really appreciate it. Thank you. That's so kind of you, Kara. Give me some W's for Kara in the comment section right now. Rachel with the $7.25. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Yes, it's diabolical. Absolutely diabolical. I honestly don't get it. Jess, thank you so much for the $2. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Literally, though, just a single anecdote. Katie with the $100 on PayPal. Can we get some W's for Katie in the comment section right now for the $100 on PayPal? Holy shit, Katie, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Can we get some W's for Katie in the comment section right now? Thank you so much. That is so kind of you. Thank you. W's for Katie in the comment section right now. Thank you. Let's go on the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed in the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates. Alrighty. Let's go on the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed in the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates. We are just looking for some debates, everybody. Do give it a second for people to join up. We are trying to get some people up here. I think we have like another 40 minutes to an hour left on the stream, everyone. We have another 40 minutes to an hour left on the stream, just letting everyone know.
Everybody
Yo, what's
follow
up,
me, I
Haldian?
follow back, everybody follow me, I follow back, everybody follow me, I follow back, everybody.
What? What is going on? Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Yo, I'm 24.
Do you support Donald Trump?
Yep.
What's your birth year?
2001.
What month?
June 15th.
If you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who would you rather vote for?
Donald Trump. Absolutely not Kamala Harris.
What state do you live in?
I live in California.
What time is it?
No, right now I'm in Ireland. I came here to visit family. But I swear to God, I live in California.
Okay. Can you name 3 cities in California?
Yes, San Diego. You got me, fam.
That was brutal. Christopher, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you. Christopher, I'll definitely look into that. Thank you, man. Maybe it's area related. Devin, thank you for the $5. Thank you. Thank you. Let's go on the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed in the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates. Yo, what's up, how old are you?
Parker, I love you, free Palestine.
Free Palestine, absolutely. Let's go on the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed in the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates, everybody. Let's go to the next individual. Yo, what's up, how old are you? Yo, what's up, how old are you? Okay, let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed in the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates. Yo, what's up?
How's it going?
Going all right. I mean, I got banned earlier, and there's not many.
Did you see my text that I sent you earlier?
No, I didn't. Would you text me?
Yeah.
Hello?
They're literally getting people.
Oh, sorry.
Yo, what's up? How old are you?
18.
Do you support Donald Trump?
Yep.
What's your birth year?
07.
What month?
September 22nd.
Okay. What state do you live in?
Oklahoma.
What time is it?
It's currently 9:21.
Okay. Could you name 3 cities in Oklahoma?
Edmond, Norman, Duncan.
Who is the current NBA MVP?
You caught me.
Exactly.
I actually don't know.
Shay for the
Oh, okay.
Oklahoma City Thunder.
They would definitely know that if they're in.
They would definitely know that.
That's true. That's true. I was like, I don't even know. I haven't kept up with sports as much. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Yeah.
I'm 20.
Do you support Donald Trump?
Yes, sir.
If you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who would you rather vote for?
Donald Trump.
Okay. What month were you born?
2005. I'm not going to give a month.
Why not?
Because that's too specific. You can get somebody's freaking ID with that. Yeah, I'm not. 2005 is good enough.
Dude, everyone answers this question.
I'm not doing that. Cybersecurity reasons. Is that a good enough answer? I mean, 2005.
Dude, no one else has ever said that on my stream, bro.
Okay, it's not that deep. I mean, if you want me to, I'm not. Yeah, I won't. If that's okay, if I have to go, that's fine. But I mean,
Okay,
whatever.
I mean, you do sound like you're 45. So, why do you support Donald Trump?
Okay, thank you. I believe in his immigration policies, and I also like the tariff ideas. I just don't think the American people are really receptive to it, and that's really the problematic part.
Okay.
That's the really two big things that I like.
Okay, what's a tariff?
A tariff is making another country's price match American-made manufacturing.
That passes it down to the American consumer because it's an aspect of cost of production and distribution. So so Donald Trump lied about it when he said that specifically it was the foreign country that pays it. It's obviously the consumer here in the United States, and that's going to have a regressive negative impact on low and middle income individuals because they spend a greater proportion of their income on consumer goods, right? So it's all Donald Trump's doing by shifting the burden of taxation from income tax to tariffs is just shift the burden of taxation from those that are higher income to those that are lower to middle income.
Okay, you could look at it like that, and that's a logistic way to look at it. That does make absolute sense, that it is a form of taxation on the lower class people. I totally agree that they are having to pay more for goods like at Dollar Tree or whatever. Like those Chinese-made goods can't come in that cheap. I mean, 99-cent tea, whatever it was called, that iced tea, my brother always got it. They had to up their price, dude. And that guy is so sad about that. I mean,
No, they didn't.
I totally hate the ideas of those stuff.
When did Arizona iced tea up their price?
Recently, I don't know. It was pretty bad.
I don't believe that one.
Or he had to shut down plants or something like that. It was a cost error. He had to do something, I believe. But that's neither here nor there. I believe in this because
Arizona iced tea has not raised their actual prices. It's still 99 cents a can. That was a lie.
Okay, but have they shut down manufacturing in some places or something like that? Because I heard there was a money problem with Arizona, and it was a problem with having to raise the price or do something bad. I remember
Arizona iced tea has not shut down any of their distribution facilities.
wants to send condoms to Uganda, you dickhead. So if you bring up
This is not even true.
MAGA or it's Trump or it's the terrorists,
It absolutely is. USAID.
and open your mouth the most. Shut the fuck up. You imbeciles.
I hope you caught a hernia making that video. Like, I literally hope you popped something making that video.
I did not. I screamed quite a lot at my phone.
A fucking blood vessel or a cornea or something.
Raise gas prices. Kill chickens. Import fucking goods. Let's fucking destroy it. He's an imbecile. You're an imbecile. Stop talking about politics. You fucking morons. It's fine for you.
Dude, that's so ironic for you to say that when you're making moronic statements. Like, seriously, like, do you want me to go through
Moronic.
each one of these? You're screaming into the mic.
Yeah, and I'm also spitting.
Destroying
Somebody
the
said in my
country.
comments, if you read the
importing
comments-
mass immigrants. Immigrants increase the size of the GDP. But
Yeah, okay.
Importing
So-
immigrants. That's a
wait,
wild
he said raise
statement.
gas prices. Hold up. How did Joe Biden raise gas prices?
He shut down the Keystone Pipeline.
No, he's okay. So the Keystone XL portion that Trump would have tariffed because it's from Canada. It's Canadian. It's literally a Canadian pipeline.
Okay.
So Trump would have tariffed that.
He shut down the Keystone Pipeline. That's how he raised gas
I just want
prices.
you to know Trump tariffed that. Secondly, as it relates to this, the Keystone XL portion of the pipeline was shut down by the Supreme Court, and Biden followed through with the Supreme Court order.
Also,
Okay,
just
but-
FYI, the Canadian
isn't Trump
Supreme Court
opened it?
actually.
I am not sure. He hasn't spoken on it. I have no idea, dude.
I was just gonna say, FYI, the Canadian Supreme Court ruled the exact same thing. So even if, to Parker's point, he tried to reopen it, the Canadian Supreme Court wouldn't allow it. So it's a moot point.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then my fact is whatever.
Then how did Joe Biden increase gas prices?
Well, then you've disproved one thing, but that's pretty much
Okay, let's
it.
keep going. Let's keep going in this rant.
Mhm.
Killed chickens. Well, would you have not killed the chickens?
No, I believe that was an importing error that happened, or something of that effect that happened.
Wasn't there
that
bird flu?
caused a
Wait, what? It was.
Yeah,
It
something
was-
like that. It was some form of imported disease that happened. It wasn't just normal. It didn't just accumulate here randomly. It happened.
Well, I'm
because
sorry.
of-
So it accumulated somewhere else randomly.
No,
that
not
your
randomly. It was, whatever.
And by
It
that-
was a
that's-
genetic defect or something that was passed through here.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
I don't know
bird
how
flu.
to explain what bird flu
What
is.
is a
dude.
genetic defect?
It's-
Bird
it's
flu.
okay, bird flu, a disease. Okay, it was a disease carried from some other continent.
You don't know
another
shit.
thing.
Oh,
Wait, no,
Right.
playing
That's
saying
what it
killed chickens
is.
is so funny. Like, he was screaming, killed chickens.
this makes perfect sense now, Parker. He doesn't actually know shit.
I don't know shit.
He's an imbecile. You're an imbecile. Stop talking about politics. You fucking morons. Right. It's fine.
Hold up, we gotta hear. There's not really many other clips.
Tariffs. You motherfuckers know literally nothing. And open your mouth the most. Shut the fuck up. You imbeciles. If you have a thought,
The imbecile count, please.
I still can't get over the spitting facts comment, dude.
When did you spit facts?
I was. If you look at the video, I spit quite a bit.
Okay,
'cause I
wait.
was
The only one
emotional.
who shit himself was actually Donald Trump. Donald Trump. There's
Literally.
literally a point where you can hear himself shard himself
Yep.
at the debates. Did you know
Okay,
that? You can
we'll
literally
play
hear
that.
himself.
Wait,
shard himself.
no, Parker. He did it the other day. Did you not see that?
No, I didn't see this.
Yes. I put it in. I made a video about it. He shit himself the other day, Parker. Literally, I got it. Hold on. Let me get to the video. He literally in mid speech. Watch. Hold on. Here it is. Hold on. Not my phone trying to embarrass me. Play the video. What? That's why. Hold on.
In the meantime,
Sorry.
Luke, thank you for the $5. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, Luke. Thank you. Kyle with the $5. Thank you. Isaac, thank you for the $100. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Can we get some W's for Isaac in the comment section right now? Thank you so much, Isaac, for the $100. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Renee, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $20.
Okay,
Thank you so much, Renee. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the U.S. ranked 27th in the U.S. Economic Forum's Global Security or Global Social Mobility Index. True.
Yes. Did you have more?
I could read more, but go ahead. I think
Oh, okay. I didn't want to hop in while you were reading. Okay, I got it.
Go ahead.
A second.
And he would do that. He would love to do it,
Did you
but
hear
he'd
that?
do it very easily. He'd do it. And he would do
Did you hear that? Listen for the pause. Wait, listen during the pause.
And he would do that. He would love to do it, but he'd do it very easily. He'd do it.
Did you hear it?
Man pushed out a fart. Fuck.
He ripped one. He definitely
Yeah.
sharded. Definitely
I don't know about
sharded.
sharding. I've sharded, dude. I've had a shart in my life, and I swear it sounds
so the
a
same
lot,
thing.
a
Wait,
lot
this is you
wetter.
screaming, right? This is you screaming, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So the same thing that you just made fun of Joe Biden for, you've been doing yourself. So okay.
No,
Okay,
I've done it
by the
one
way,
time.
I'm
when I
going to
was
make a
sick.
reaction video to this video, and I'm literally going to play that clip of you saying that you started before, and it's going to be in the video. I hope you know that.
You enjoy that, but the validation was I was sick, and that's a normal response. Like, what the fuck is your
Okay, well,
point?
so
but
Joe
the
Biden
only
could have been
point is
sick.
that I've had
wait,
anecdotal experience. that it
Joe
sounds
Biden
a
could have
lot
been
worse.
sick. Okay, Joe Biden could have been sick.
Joe
Okay.
Biden wasn't
Think of the
sick
galaxy. Thank
fucking
you.
5 times all day.
Wait, so then what was the reason why he sharded? Or I mean, actually, you
I
don't
don't
even have a
know.
clip of that.
I have no idea, dude.
What evidence do you have that Joe Biden has shit in his pants?
I could not pull it up, but do you have evidence that Trump has shit in his pants?
Wait,
Yeah,
what's up?
I mean,
Yes,
multiple
we
videos.
could play you
Also-
videos of him sharding, dude. What are you talking about?
Also, Donald Trump literally has a reputation of not only bad gas, but like people don't. You know, he was international when he went to what was it, the reopening of Notre Dame.
Video of him saying all this, and then we literally ask him questions about it right after, and he has no clue how he just quit the country. He has no clue how he caught us inflation.
Well, I know how to cause inflation.
Okay, here, let's watch this other video.
because of my fifis.
Let's
I know
watch this
how
other-
to.
If you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Holy fuck. Julia, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $10. Thank you so much, Julia. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Astounding, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you. Thank you. Let me make sure I'm caught up on YouTube as well. I need to make sure I'm caught up there. We have another like 20 minutes or so left on the live, so this is probably the last person I'm going to do for the debates for today, everyone. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Oh, Halloween costume.
Yo, what's Harris, who would you rather vote for?
Trump.
Why do you support Trump?
Just because I don't want men competing in women's sports.
Okay. So no one's arguing that. We're arguing trans women should be allowed to compete in women's sports, and trans women are women.
I don't believe trans women are women.
Okay. But like after multiple years of HRT, there's no evidence that there's specifically some sort of biological advantage. Now, could you name to me 3 trans people that are dominating in sports?
Fallon Fox was dominating in the UFC. I don't really pay attention.
Wait, hold on. Fallon Fox? No.
I mean,
cut it out. Cut it out.
She
Now,
was
hey,
competing.
Yeah, cut it out. Now, wait. So, are you saying that you actually care about women's sports? Is that your whole premise?
I care about women being given
Do you care about women's sports? Yes or no?
I care about women given an equal
Do
opportunity.
you care about women's sports? Yes or no? Howdy, partner.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Name me 3 WNBA teams and also 3 WNBA players that are not on those 3 teams. Go.
Fallon Fox also hasn't competed since 2014.
Exactly.
Okay, so naming 3, whatever
Sure.
you're asking
Name
for,
it.
has nothing to do with the argument.
No, it's because you're disingenuous. Because if you actually cared about women's sports, you would actually watch women's sports. You would support women's sports. You would actually put money and time and attention into women's sports. But you don't care about it. It's just a talking point.
That has
It's
nothing
literally
to do
just a
with the
talking point for you, bud. You
It's-
don't care.
buddy. That has nothing to do with the
You
argument.
don't care. You don't care. It's a talking
I don't
point.
have to care just because I don't watch the
Boom,
WNBA.
right there. You don't care. It's a talking point. You're just hateful.
Yeah,
Anyway,
wait, can
you
I ask
got
you a
it.
question?
So good job pivoting. Good job.
Do you not want men and women spaces? Is that your view?
Men beating women.
Okay.
And especially combat sports.
So okay. So then I have a question then. So can I ask you a question? So if it is the case that there was a man that abused a woman, would you ever vote for them?
So you see how you like to pivot
This
and
isn't
not
pivot,
stay
this
on
is
topic?
relevant. It's irrelevant.
No, it's not. Why can't you just stay? This is why you're considered a good debater. No, Parker, let me talk to you. This is why you're
just not-
considered.
You're actually not responding to my question right now.
You're not responding to my argument.
Yes, I am.
You're trying
I
to
am.
pivot.
I'm directly responding.
You're trying to talk about Trump.
I
You're
can
trying
ask
to talk
the
about
question
Trump
again.
when I'm talking about.
Would you ever
women.
vote for someone who abused a woman?
So I'm voting for a man who wants to protect women.
Have you
in
ever?
sports.
Would you ever vote for a man who abused a woman?
I don't believe in that.
You don't believe in what?
That he abused. I forgot the name of that one woman.
You don't
What
even
about
know
his
her name.
ex-wife?
You don't even know her. You think all 26 different
Okay.
women that have accused him of sexual misconduct are lying? Every single one of them?
Or his ex-wife. Literally, his ex-wife put it in the divorce
So-
decree that
so
Donald Trump
we're gonna-
raped her. Hold on. No. I don't care about you not believing E. Jean Carroll. What about his ex-wife? His ex-wife who put it in the divorce decree that Donald Trump raped her and then and pulled out her hair and then the next day did it hurt. What about that?
So you would vote for?
No. Answer the question.
No, if we're gonna take crazy pivots, why can't I take a pivot? Why can't I take my pivot if you're gonna be pivoting to somewhere else? This is why you guys claim that you guys are great debaters when you can't stay on one topic. You love to be like pivoting, going down a different route.
Says the one
You
who's
guys-
not addressing the points being brought up.
Also, we're just showing you to be a hypocrite.
You're not
You
bringing
don't-
my point.
You don't,
Okay, so
you don't
let's-
have
can we
actual
talk about
consistency in your points.
So like you
Okay,
can't
good
say-
job
you-
gaslighting. You're doing a terrible job. Let's talk about HRT. How would these you said HRT decreases lung capacity, decreases like bone density. So you're telling me they do tests every time they go in that cage? They check their bone density, they check their lung capacity. Is that what
if
you're telling me?
If you're talking about the UFC, is it consensual for both sides to a fight? Don't they have to agree to do so?
Well, yeah, but I don't think.
Okay, so then how are you to say that they shouldn't be allowed to do that?
A woman is not going to turn down a fight. That's part of their
Yes,
career.
wait. I'm sorry. People turn down fights all the time. What are you talking about?
Not all the time, especially if you're
Yes, it
actually
is.
hungry.
Yes, they
If you're
do.
hungry, you're not going to turn down a fight.
Okay,
if you're trying to be
then
successful in the
that's their
business,
choice. That's their choice then, right? Not yours.
Literally, some of the greatest fighters have made their
so-
career on turning down fights. Floyd Mayweather Jr. made his career on turning down fights. What are you talking about? That makes no sense.
So what fight has he turned down?
Multiple fights.
Give me an opponent.
Multiple fights. How long did
Give me
he
a name.
not fight Manny Pacquiao? He waited until Manny Pacquiao was over the hill before he fought him to protect his record. That's not an uncommon thing.
He still
Literally,
fought
that's
him.
why they call each other out specifically to try to get them to fight him, because certain actual fighters duck fighters to protect their records.
So
What are
Manny
you talking about?
Manny Pacquiao was actually in his prime, and
He was
Floyd
not the
Mayweather-
first time they fought.
Yes,
He
was.
absolutely was not. Watch that. live. He
Mayweather was just the best fighter. He's one of the
You're
goats.
again. You're disingenuous. So
I just
want to
talk about. I want to talk about.
Sense.
Okay, I just want to talk about the HRT. So these people who are hungry and are willing to do whatever it takes to reach to the top, right? They're not going to be turning down these fights against these men wearing wigs. Okay, they're going to take
You're
up
being-
on the
no,
fight.
don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Now this is
Okay, I'm
this
being
is-
disingenuous.
No, because you can't even mention you're referencing. You're just trying to dehumanize trans people, right? And thirdly, like, you don't give a shit about women. You don't give a flying fuck about women.
shit.
If you
Yes,
cared
I
about
do.
women, you wouldn't vote for a guy that abused a woman. You wouldn't vote for a guy specifically that actively is incredibly misogynistic. You wouldn't vote for such
No,
a
no.
guy.
I
right?
just want sports. I just want you guys to
even watch
stay
sports.
away.
You don't even watch
Yes, I
sports.
do. Why can't you guys stay away from sports?
You just said that you don't even watch women's sports. So why do you said you don't care about women's sports? So what the fuck are you talking about?
Just because I don't watch it doesn't mean I can't have an opinion about something
Why do
that's
you care?
wrong.
You don't
Why do you
care
care?
about it.
Because Fallon Fox, if you did not see one of her matches, she literally beat the living dog shit out of a woman.
Name one person who hasn't fought since 2014.
Look it
Yeah,
up.
literally, she hasn't
Joe
fought since
Rogan-
2014.
Joe Rogan literally talked about it on a podcast. He literally said that she hopped
Who
in a
gives a
ring.
fuck? Joe Rogan doesn't
And
know
this-
shit,
Wait,
and he's
did you know-
admitted
did you
it.
know- Did you know that Fallon Fox also lost, right?
Well, that has nothing to do with anything. I'm just saying men should not be competing. But okay, so
we're not talking about. We're talking about trans women. Trans women are women.
does
And
that
also
give
in
justice
this-
to
in
her
this-
previous? Does that
Wait,
give
wait,
justice to her
Wait,
previous
all of
opponent?
These,
who
all of
literally-
these fights are consensual, right? They,
Also,
they
who's
choose-
the
like I
opponent?
said.
Wait.
So like I
wait.
said,
You keep
when you're
naming
in a-
Fallon Fox. Who was the opponent?
I don't know the name, nor do I have
Exactly,
to
because
know
you
the
don't
name.
really give a shit. You just want to talk about
I've seen the
transgender
fight.
people.
I've seen the fight, and Fallon Fox literally beat the living dog shit out of this poor woman. She was so scared and terrified. She was going up against a man, and you're over here saying,
no,
sitting
you're,
here
you're
talking
going to
about-
keep doing this. You're literally just trying to be transphobic over and over. You're not even trying to engage with the arguments. We literally already gave you multiple points here. One, it's specifically a choice. Two, fights happen all the time. You say beat the living dog shit. The particular fracture that you're talking about happens in like a majority of fights.
Okay, so how
What are
come-
you talking about? You're not even referencing anything specific. You're not referencing someone who's dominated any specific field. And by the way, Ronda Rousey would fucking level your ass, by the way. There are plenty
Yes.
of women around the world that would level the shit out of you. Okay?
Yes.
Ronda Rousey is a professional, of course.
Yeah.
So are the other women that fight in the UFC.
So why didn't you take up Piers Morgan on that bet when you guys were talking about HRT?
I did.
Look who's
I asked
pivoting.
him to bet me.
Look,
He
wait,
didn't do
Parker,
it.
look
He
who's
didn't take
pivoting
my
now.
bet.
Look,
Well, he
look
should've.
who's
He
pivoting
should've.
now.
Oh, he
why,
should've.
why are
He
you
would've
pivoting now?
lost. He would
You
have
were
lost.
trying to say that HRT.
Also, yeah. Wait. What's up?
downloaded-
What's up with the pivot? Why'd you bring up Piers Morgan? What type of pivot is that?
I mean, we're just pivot kings at this point. Why can't we all just?
No.
You're
He's
inconsistent, and
actually
you don't
ridiculous.
understand how to actually. No, you don't understand correlations because you're inconsistent. You think that just because you say one thing, then that one thing stands on its own. But if you say that one thing, then you should actually have the moral fiber to believe that throughout multiple situations, and you don't because you don't care and you're disingenuous and you just want to be transphobic because you're a piece of shit.
No, I want to keep it simple. I believe that if a man is on HRT, right? Okay, your testosterone decreases, estrogen increases.
Wait,
but
I'm sorry.
how are you?
Wait. By the way, you didn't bring up any policies of Trump's. You just want to make an issue of particularly sports, which you don't even watch, which you don't even care about, which you don't care about women. You don't give a flying fuck about any of these
care about
circumstances.
women.
But by the way, it's the only thing you thought relevant specifically to bring up in terms of what to talk about on the live as to why you support Donald Trump. There's no other reason why you support Trump.
Immigration policy. I believe what he's doing right now. He's keeping drugs from flowing in this country.
By murdering people when there's no evidence that they had drugs. He's starting war with Venezuela right now.
Did you see that they actually launched strikes into Venezuela?
Yes.
So you're telling me the Coast Guard, after they blew up that boat, they didn't recover the fentanyl that was.
Wait,
you're
no.
telling me it's a
One, I have to
cover-up?
kick you because you said that because it's TikTok TOS. Two, no, they did not recover that. I could have kept them honestly because it's my last conversation, but no, like literally, they did not find that.
They
I
did
guess I
not.
could try one more conversation for the night because we have a few more minutes.
I have three quick things. Thank yous, if you don't mind.
For sure.
Kaylee, thank you so much for the 5. I bet she does smell like cauliflower. Julia, thank you so much for the 10. Listen, I will always stick up for kids because I actually like kids, unlike the rest of these losers. And Jay, thank you so much for the 5. You are my biggest op, but I really appreciate you. Thank you.
They sent me money saying that they said don't tell
Jay?
Santana. I said he's my biggest op. Jay, thank you for the $5.
Jay is literally my biggest op.
DK, thank you for the $5.
Jay is awesome.
Ruby with $1. Julia, thank you for the $10. Haley, thank you for the $5. Emily, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I know, my lives have been going by quickly recently. It is almost like we're already almost to 4 hours. It's kind of crazy.
It's because you cut down your time.
It is, yeah, it is. I definitely like tomorrow. It will definitely be different. I feel like today there was less people here. I think it's all because of Halloween.
Yeah.
People are out today.
Gonna have to.
Yo, what's up? How old are you? Why is Parker debating on Halloween? Because he has nothing better to do. I went out last night.
Fun fact: Halloween is my favorite holiday of the year.
Really?
I love spooky season. Yeah.
That's funny. Orange, thank you for the $5. Thank you. Did you dress up as anything?
Porcus D Ace. It's a One Piece thing.
That's
You
cool,
don't
that's
watch
cool.
anime.
No, I've heard. You've told me about it before in the past, and I've seen a bunch of memes. So I've seen very minimal stuff about it.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Yeah, hello, can you hear me?
Do you support Donald Trump?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. What's your birth year?
2006.
If you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who would you rather vote for?
Donald Trump.
Okay. Why so? Why do you support Trump?
Because, like what the last guy was saying, making men out of women's sports. Yeah, before.
Okay.
No, not on here, right? Wait, have you been up here with Parker? I know you've been up with Dean, and you've been up with me.
I don't remember.
Have I talked to him?
I'm sure, Parker, if you did, you would remember. I promise you. I just text Dean. I'm not gonna say anything, but I just text Dean.
Text Dean.
Well, you know my memory. My memory is
Yeah,
horrible.
no, you would remember him if you did. Trust me. I'm not saying anything. You will remember him. I'm sure you haven't talked to him yet.
Okay. All right. Have I talked to you?
Anyway, I don't believe I've been on yours, but I've been on Santana's and Dean's.
Okay. So have you ever talked to me though?
I don't believe so.
Okay. Okay. How about this? Could you give me? Wait. What is the reason why people don't like you?
I don't know, because they call me Phil, like what they're doing right now.
Why? I was
Because
wondering why I
Santana
saw
started
Phil.
it.
I was
didn't say
wondering why I
shit.
saw Phil so much. Why is his name Phil?
I didn't say shit.
Because Santana started. I went on his live and I told him my name was Creed and he didn't believe me, so he called me Phil, and he's disrespectful. That's why.
Oh, okay, Phil. So why?
What? Oh my god! Like, dude, are we already starting this? My name's not Phil.
I didn't say shit.
What?
It's not respectful, and I don't like it. Okay.
Phil, what are you talking about?
What? Please, I didn't come on here to get angry like I did last time. Please, will you stop?
Phil, it's okay.
Dude, okay. Can we just
Zach,
debate
thank you
about?
for the member subscription for Phil?
Oh
Hey,
my
Phil.
god!
Hey,
I'm
Phil.
about to go on an alt account so you guys don't do this to me no more. Will you please stop?
Okay, Phil.
My name is not Phil, dude. I came on here and I'm trying to be respectful and I'm trying to not get angry. Please, will you just respect my name?
I got you.
Okay, thank you.
Wait. Hey, Creed?
Yes.
How do you feel about people and respecting their pronouns?
I mean, I think everybody should. I don't think anybody should respect it, but I think if
Oh, you
somebody
don't
goes by
think people should respect it, Phil?
dude, please, well, like,
Phil, I'm
Okay.
serious. Like, I don't understand this whole
Dude,
idea
bro.
that like you're saying that like we shouldn't respect it, but then like you want us to respect your name being Phil.
my name's not. Dude, like,
Cheyenne, thank you so
do
much
not
for the
know how to
$10.
read?
Thank you
Like,
so much.
Please,
Tara
like,
with the
I'm
$2.
really about to
Thank
get
you.
angry.
Not Phil. Don't hurt his
Not
feelings. His
He's
feelings.
not Phil.
Dude, this is exactly what it is every single time with you guys.
Zach,
is this
thank you
all?
for $20 for Phil. Chill. You're being unphil.
Please, well, please, like, I'm not even like,
Hey
please.
Phil. Hey Phil. Could you?
I'm
could
asking
you-
nicely.
Hey Phil. Could you chill?
Will you please, like, genuinely? I'm
Don't
trying
wake up
to.
your
Hey, dude,
family
I mean,
again,
okay.
Creed.
So by the way, here's my question again. Do you think you should respect people's pronouns?
Not pronouns, but people's name, yes.
Oh, wait, why their name but not their pronouns?
Because I don't believe that if you're born a man, you can change into a girl, or vice versa.
There's the
Wait, so-
transphobia.
Okay, so
It's not transphobia. I just don't
wait.
believe it.
So but you would respect someone's name. So someone tells you their name.
Yeah.
You would respect.
Yeah. Because I wouldn't be disrespectful, yes.
Isn't it disrespectful to not
But
use their pronouns?
that's only Parker. That's only because of what he's been through. If you would, if
Yes,
if
because
that
you guys are,
question,
like,
if that question would have happened before he and I talked, he would have absolutely said no.
no, I
But-
absolutely
But by the way,
would've
like
said yes.
I mean, so what is the difference between a pronoun and between a name? Because those are ways of referencing people specifically that would make it relevant as to why one would be disrespectful to not actually respect in terms of what someone would like you to call them, and not the other.
Right. Because a gender is different from a name.
Wait, but like, and it's a mechanism for reference, right? In this connotation. So
Okay.
again, what is relevantly different about the two circumstances? That means in one scenario, it's disrespectful not to respect their specific name of identification, but not in the other.
Well, because what they are identifying by isn't real. So
Wait, no, it is. It is. Gender,
No, but it's
wait,
not.
Wait, is your name real?
Yeah, my name is real.
But it's socially created though. So are you saying socially created things are real? So gender, if it's socially created, is still real.
Okay, but you can't change from a girl to a boy. But you can. I mean, anybody can change their
wait,
name.
No one's necessarily. We're saying, but we're in the way that we're using this. Trans women are women. Trans men are men. Do you at least agree with that?
Trans women are women. No, I don't agree with that. No.
Okay,
Cool.
but is it a coherent
Allison, thank you so much for the two. Said, please tell Phil I said
Dude,
hi. I'll
like,
make sure to tell you.
please,
I'll
we
make
were
sure
in
to
the
tell
middle of a
Phil hi.
talk. We were all talking. We were going perfectly
Gannon,
fine.
thank you
Then
so
we
much
already started.
for the 8. How does he feel?
Dude, my
Respect
name-
people pronoun or not respect people pronouns? Please read it right. Yeah, I got it. Don't worry.
Yes, dude.
Scarlett,
Like I don't understand how you don't get this yet.
Scarlett, thank you for the $2.
Get what? What am I supposed to
Tell
do?
him to read the Bill of Rights. I will. Don't worry about it. Thank you so much, Autumn. Thank you for
That's
the
not
$2
funny,
for it.
bro.
Call him by his government name, Philip. I got you. Don't worry. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Wesley, thank you so much for the $2. Thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. We're here for you. Don't worry. Mortex, thank you so much for the $6. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Please.
On Phil. Right on Phil.
It's not,
Creed, thank
bro,
you so
it's
much
not
for not all
funny.
creeds are
Dang.
Phils. So Creed said not all creeds are Phils. Fuck Phil.
Dangy, thank you so much for the 10. I'm so glad I was here for the Phil hat trick. You, Dean, and Parker. Yes, it is officially the Phil hat trick.
Chris, thank you so much for the
Dude,
$5.
dude, would you guys just
I really
respect
appreciate
me?
it. Thank you
That's
so
all
much.
I'm asking.
Michael, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $25. Thank you so much to fill your bank account. Thank you.
Dude, like, you guys do these stupid
Anna, thank
little
you for the $5.
side
Thank
quests.
you. Little,
Like, can we
little
just get
dog
to the
quest. Thank you for the
debate? Come on.
$10. Thank you so much to help Phil with his feelings.
Dude, why does it always
Lacey,
seem like
thank you so much for the
people,
$5. Thank you.
debaters,
Haley, thank you for the
you
$5.
debaters have
Thank you.
all you guys want to do is read donations. Can we just debate?
Leo, thank you so much
It's
for the
not that
$5.
hard.
Thank you for
Dude,
Happy
it's really
Halloween,
not that
Phil.
hard. Dude, you're gonna get me to wake people up. It's almost 12 a.m.
Be kind.
Can
Thank
we
you so much for the
please?
$10 for caller is just keeping it Phil. And Kel, thank you for the $1 for Ask Phil if he's a Phillies fan. Are you a Phillies fan?
No, I'm not.
That's diabolical.
No, no,
Do you live in Philly?
no.
Yeah.
Sherry, thank you for the 10. I feel he
No,
wouldn't pronounce
no.
Kamala correctly.
Please.
Like you run around and you spread so much transphobia, and you
I
think
don't
anyone is
spread
supposed
nothing.
to.
Rohit, thank you so
You
much.
guys are just
for the
putting words in my
$8.
mouth and
thank you so
making-
much.
saying
Really
that I
appreciate
do
it.
stuff that I
Facts care about
don't
your
do.
feelings. Thank you so much.
That's not. I already heard that one
Ashley, thank you
7
for the $1.
times. Like, it's not funny.
Martian, thank you for the $2. Thank you. Furries for Phil. Claudia, thank you for the $50 for Phil to chill. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Claudia.
That's-
thank you so
dude,
much for
I've already heard all
$50 for Phil to chill. Okay. Phil, it's okay. I got you. Tyler, thank
Can
you so much.
you,
Really
like,
appreciate
can
it.
you just
How
respect-
about the?
can-
Would you ever go to the Philippines?
Dude, will you actually like?
Jay, thank you so much for the 5. This is Petty Phil. It is Petty Phil. Corey, thank you so much for the 5. Why does Phil do keep coming back? I have no idea.
Because I want to debate if
fellow
you
do
guys-
Baggins.
DK, thank you so much for the $2 for Phil is getting mad at the filibuster. Much the $2 for the crybaby Philharmonic.
Wait,
I don't know what that means. Wait, okay, here. I'll well, don't worry. We got this.
Dude, will you just wait? My name is not Phil, dude.
Okay, I'll
like it's not that hard to understand.
Creed.
Yes,
Creed.
thank you.
Creed. Sin, thank you for the $5. Thank you so much. His name.
Creed is for the philanthropy. Love you, by the way. I love you more.
Dude, and thank you for the $5 for taking
What even
chill
does that
pill.
mean?
Phil. Sophie, thank you for the $2.50. Thank you. For does
There's a play
Donald
on
like
words.
his big beautiful Phil?
Dude, like last time I came on a live, people were posting videos about me. It's stupid. Like I didn't want to have to do this.
His video, literally his video on my YouTube is goated, Parker. Like,
Yes, and people posted videos on me on
legendary.
TikTok, and I don't like it.
I'm gonna engage with this legitimately now. Actually, one more.
Okay.
May, hey, thank you so much for the
No!
$10. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I think this is real. Okay, here. Okay, I got you, Creed. Don't worry. I got you. Genuine thank you.
Thank you.
What is the relevant difference between a pronoun and a name? Because they're both a reference for identification, right? Between the two. That means if you respect the one that specifically identifies by in one scenario, but not the other, it's disrespectful in one scenario, but not the other one.
Right. Okay. I mean, maybe I respect it, but like, okay, I can respect it, but that doesn't mean I have to believe in it. Right.
What do you mean? Wait, you could respect it. Doesn't mean you have to believe it. Okay, so I believe your name's Phil, but I don't have to respect.
No, like you.
But
dude,
I will be
but
respectful, and I'll
but
call
I'm
you
saying
Creed.
that I'm not Phil.
I will call
Do
you
not
Creed.
understand- Okay.
I will call you Creed.
Yes.
Okay,
But
I
do
understand.
not-
I understand your
Yes.
feelings are hurt. You might need
That's
to go
a dude,
talk to
that's not
Dr.
funny.
Phil. Go talk to
Okay,
Dr.
listen.
Phil, buddy. Go talk to Dr. Phil.
Listen.
You're flipping out,
Okay.
man.
I can respect it, but that doesn't mean I have to believe it. You know my name is Creed, and I'm telling you that.
When you say respected, do you mean if some pronouns that you will address them as their pronouns?
Yes.
Well, I don't go around saying hi he or hi she. No, I just call them by
I'm
whatever
just
their
saying,
name is.
hey, I just need to know if someone says that they identify as a she, would you be willing to call them she?
Yeah.
I don't go around saying hi she or whatever yet, but
wait, no.
I'd
But
respect
would
it,
you
but-
say she did this or she did that?
Okay, but I wouldn't even be around those type of people. I don't associate myself.
Oh,
with
those type of
Okay,
people.
so
Okay,
I'm
this
gonna
is what
read
we
this
mean,
out,
Phil.
and this is specifically. Here,
Phil
I'm gonna read this
Nye,
out.
the MAGA guy. Phil.
Caleb,
Nye,
thank you so much for the.
Phil.
Caleb, thank you so much for the 2. Can you tell Phil to stop yelling so she doesn't wake her family? And then in parentheses,
I'm not a
trans
girl!
and I give you permission to misgender Phil. Hopefully, misgendering her will give her the same effect of using different names, and she'll stop being transphobic.
I'm not a cartoon.
W's in the chat for Caleb. Thank you so much for that, my friend.
Yeah, Phil, you should just be respectful. Avery,
Dude,
thank you
this
so much
isn't
for the
even-
$5.
literally
Thank you.
should. That's
Jacqueline,
all
thank
you
for
have
the
to do.
$5.
I am
Thank you.
respectful, okay?
Tyrone with the $5. Thank you. Ruby with the $1. Emily, thank you for the $2. Thank you so much. Rona Lee, thank you for the $1. Everyone's saying Phil. I think we all think you're.
Catherine, thank you so much for the 5. Stop hurting feelings. Exactly.
That's not funny. I've already heard that 5 times. Okay, like
It gets to a point where it's even funnier.
no, it's not. I've heard it already. It's not funny at
'Cause
all. I
when
don't
it-
find
'cause
none of
when-
this funny, and you guys do for some
Well, I
reason.
think it's-
you
I
guys
think
find this
it's-
stupid crap funny when you calling me Phil. My
I
name
think-
is Creed,
I
and I've
think-
said it multiple fucking times.
I think
Understand it.
it's-
Get
I
it through
think
your
it's-
skull.
I think it's hilarious.
That's not funny. Again, like it's not
Percy,
funny.
thank you so much for the 3. Tell the guests to stop filling out.
That's not true. Can we get?
GD,
I'm
thank you so
gonna
much.
wake
Really
people
appreciate the
up,
$5. Thank you. Zach with the $10. Thank you so much. DK, thank you so much for the $5 for us. You've done a lot of philosophical.
Dude.
Yes.
I know that was on purpose too.
No, it wasn't. It was talking about philosophy. Okay.
Okay.
Be kind. Thank you for
Tyrone,
the $5. Thank you for Philip. Paul, thank you so much. I really
Tyrone, thank
appreciate
you.
the
Dude,
$5.
okay,
Thank
if they're
you.
talking about Philip Rivers, that's fine. But
Kel, thank you so much, or Kelsey, thank you so much for the $3. Thank you for. I just finished my tea. I need a refill.
that,
If you're
like, I
thinking
know
the
that one was on
$5, thank you
purpose
so
too.
much. No, it wasn't. It was not on purpose. Hey, Emily,
Okay,
thank
but
you
I've
for
never heard
$2 for they
anybody
said
say
is
nothing about
guest
Phil.
favorite meal a Philly cheesesteak.
I do
Dude,
love
that's not-
Philly
dude.
cheesesteaks. My wife actually said she's gonna make Philly cheesesteaks this
No,
weekend.
she didn't. You're a liar.
Literally,
You're a
I
lying
swear,
scumbag.
my
No,
wife-
she didn't.
my
You're a
wife said
lying
she's gonna make
scumbag. No,
Philly
she didn't.
cheesesteaks.
No, she didn't. You're just saying that because I'm in here.
Egon, thank you so much for this is awful to witness. Thank you. Rodney,
Yes,
thank
it
you
is
so much. I
awful to
really
witness.
appreciate the $10. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. For Phil needs a session with Dr. Phil, but he's currently feeling.
That's not for two.
Hey man, it's okay.
Tyrone, thank you so much for the 5. What's
Like,
up? Kara, thank
guys
you so
don't-
much for the 5. Nico Robin, really? Also, Avery, thank you so much for the 4. Phil needs a chill, Phil.
My name is
Hey,
not
guys.
Phil. Okay, if they say
Haley,
Phil
thank you
needs
so
to
much
chill
for the
Phil, okay,
1.
Cool. But they're saying
F
Phil,
this
and my name is not Phil.
F this Philicide. Anna, thank you so much for the 5. I wish he was Philip Rivers. Unfortunately, he's just Phil. He is just Phil.
My name's dude. And Santana, you're indulging.
Dave with the $2,
we already
Kimberly
got
with the
it
5,
whenever I came in
Wesley
here
with the $2.
string
Thank you
other
so much for fill in the blank. The guest name is what? Chat. What is the guest name? Chat.
Don't even. Can you turn the
Daniel,
comments
thank you
off?
so much. Really appreciate the $2 for M. Thank you for the $2 for. I love how these unfiltered debates get.
I already know that one was on purpose too, because nobody. I didn't. I was in here
Laura,
for 20
thank you
minutes.
for
I
the
heard nothing
$3.
about
Thank
Phil.
you so much. Amber, thank you for the $5. Thank you. Lizard, thank you for the $2. Thank you. Caleb with the $2. Thank you so much. I
Tell
really
your
appreciate it.
turn
Thank
your
you.
chat off. Tell them to stop spamming that.
Cassandra,
Like-
thank you for the 5. From the problem child, Phil's name isn't Creed either, so he needs to calm down before he pops a blood vessel. He's
That
gonna
is my
pop
name.
something.
Donkey with the $10. Billy, thank you so much for the $5 for please tell Phyllis that I'll respect her pronouns when she does the same as mine.
I'm not a girl.
Abigail, thank you so much for the 5. Please tell Phil Happy Philoween.
My name.
Happy
Dude,
Philoween.
you guys just, dude. Every single time I come in here, you guys automatically just start getting money, like into reading it. Like, will you guys like turn your donations off when I come and debate you?
All
people?
you have to do is not be transphobic,
I will filter out my donations just for this conversation. Don't worry.
Okay, thank you.
Just so that you don't flip out.
Okay.
Right.
Just stop reading them.
Ruben, thank you so much for filling up the cup with MAGA tears.
I know
Yes.
that this is on purpose. Like, can we
Okay,
like?
we'll stop. We'll stop right now. I promise you, we'll stop right now.
Okay.
Okay. So genuinely, okay. So you think it's really wrong to call someone a name they don't want to be called? So it would be wrong to use someone's pronouns incorrectly.
Exactly.
Because
Well, I don't believe in that.
Okay. Well, I think your pronouns are PHIL. That's
Dude,
those are your
like-
pronouns.
That's not my dude. Dude, please, like.
Cheryl, thank you for the $10 for filling up Parker's wallet.
That's
Thank you
not.
so
I
much.
thought you said you were done.
Mayonnaise, thank you so much for the $2. Thank you. Jocelyn,
Bro,
thank
I'm
you for the
about to
$5.
genuinely,
Thank you for
like-
Phil Nye.
Dude.
Slug, thank you for the
Dude.
$2. DK, thank you so
Dude,
much for the
dude,
$10 for Phil, the philosophical
My name.
philologist from Philadelphia. Philosophize.
Dude, I'm about to. Y'all are
from
actually. Like,
philanthropic.
I tried to come on here and be respectful, and you
Philanthropic.
people just disrespect me.
Kelly, thank you for
For
the
no
$5.
reason.
For the
I didn't do
$2. Thank
nothing.
you so much. Olivia, thank you for the $1. Yes, you did.
Dude, no. What did I do?
You specifically were saying that you're not going to utilize people's pronouns correctly, right?
I'm not.
You literally,
I'm getting
you
tagged
literally,
by
hey,
3,000 people.
no, you literally keep going around TikTok spreading transphobia.
I'm not going around TikTok doing nothing. I literally.
you're literally jumping panel to panel being transphobic, and
I'm
you
not
don't get it. Like you literally don't get it, bud.
Dude,
Wait, so
I
what are your pronouns?
I don't. I'm a guy.
So
I'm
what
a
are your
bull.
pronouns?
I don't get into the mentally ill stuff. I don't go by pronouns.
You don't go. What you think having pronouns means you're mentally ill? Wait,
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't involve myself in that stuff.
myself?
In that stuff.
You don't. Okay, so he
Yes.
thinks that you think that having pronouns is
Yes,
mental
I'm a
illness.
he.
So
Him.
oh wait, so then you have mental illness because you have pronouns.
I don't have mental illness.
You just said you have he him pronouns.
Like that's my gender.
Yeah, but your pronouns are he him, right?
Can we just get to the debate? Like
yes, yeah, we're talking about it right now.
Okay, well, this has nothing to do with it.
Okay. So why do you support Donald Trump?
Because, like what the last guy was saying, getting men out of women's sports.
Melissa, thank you so much for the 10. I just read that Creed had a 1994 rock band called Tallahassee Philharmonic. I don't know the band. I'm not familiar.
I thought you guys said you were done reading.
Jay, thank you for the 10. We need to grow up. We need to grow the
yes,
fill
we do
up.
need to grow up.
We ain't. Yeah. Listen, Parker
Doesn't
said
call
that
me
he would fill his donations out to make sure that.
And
you
hey,
know,
doesn't
but
this
that-
make you
that
as
wasn't
bad as me though? Doesn't this make
Corey,
you as bad
thank
as
you so
me?
much
If you were
for
saying
free.
that I'm
Gotta
wrong.
fill in the blank.
Okay, cool, Santana. If you're saying that I'm wrong for not believing in
Ashley, thank you for the 1. Stop hurting Phil his feelings.
Dude,
Absolutely.
I'm trying to debate here. And
Hey, Phil. If you give the death penalty to a murderer, does that make you the same?
My name's not, dude. My name is not Phil. Okay, first of all, and second of all, you guys aren't you as bad as me because you guys are
Wait, if you give the death
saying my
penalty,
name.
if you give the death penalty to a serial murderer, are you the same?
I'm not a serial murderer.
No, but if you did
You
that,
literally are going around spreading
I am
transphobia
not.
every opportunity that you can. You've done this in front
No.
of thousands of people multiple times.
And I'm not spreading nothing. So people can't have their own opinion.
yes, you can have your own opinion. Let's further talk.
Thank you.
Is there anything that does not to relate to trans people at all? That specifically is a reason why you support Trump?
Yes. The immigrant policy, ICE, and the abortion that Trump is doing, and
the abortion.
There's a couple
Trump is
other
doing?
things that are wrong.
You support
yeah, the
abortion?
thing abortion is doing. Yes.
Abortion that Trump.
No,
is
I
doing
don't.
is
No, I
wild.
don't
Wait,
support.
you just said that you support abortion?
No, I don't.
You don't. Okay, so you think it should be illegal?
Yes.
So you feel like it should be illegal?
That's not funny. Like
What? I'm just asking. You made me laugh. Stop. That was you. I didn't even try to do that, man.
Yeah, sure. You said, like, I heard. Okay. Yes, I don't agree with abortion.
Okay. All right. Just to clarify. Okay, why do you feel like abortion should be wrong?
Because you're murdering a baby. Well, yeah, a baby. I mean, I'm not too,
Okay.
Like,
Why do you
I just know
feel
something.
like it's murdering a baby?
Dude, I know you're purposely doing this.
I'm not.
Too.
I'm
No,
just asking
no.
you.
Feel. You're saying feel. Feel.
I said
it's
feel,
two different
dude.
words.
I said feel.
No, you didn't, dude. No, you didn't.
Dude, what are you talking? Hey, man.
I literally heard you.
Brianna, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $2. Thank you. I really
Dude, I
appreciate it.
thought
Thank
we
you
were
so
done
much.
with the donations.
Taylor with the $5. Thank you so much. I wanted to say thank you to a few people. Morgan, thank you for the $5. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Gannon, thank you so much for the $12. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Give me some W's for them in the comment section. Shadow, thank you so much. Really appreciate the $1. Thank you. Mikala, thank you for the $1. Angela, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $5. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate
You know
the
what?
W's for them.
Parker, this is kind of turned into a feel good story.
That isn't fun.
Shadow, thank you so much for the $1. I really appreciate you so much. Caleb, thank you so much for the $1. Yes, I don't understand that he knows what pronouns actually are. Chloe, thank you so much for the $5. This is kind of philosophical. I feel like
Dude,
nostalgia.
like I know you guys are purposely doing
Abigail,
this.
thank you so much for the $5. Mental illness. I don't know why people would think that's mental illness.
That's not fun. Like, dude, y'all are actually.
Cassandra, thank you so much for the $3. Oh, okay. He is a hypocrite. Phil, chill. Exactly. Thank you so much for the $3. Lindsay, thank you so much for the 10. I feel like Phil needs to chill. Phil definitely needs to chill. Also, Kara, thank you so much for the 10. I would say thank you for all that you do using your platforms to educate people. You're living out what it means to be to change what we want to see to change the world. Solidarity from Australia. Thank you so much.
Hey everyone, my girlfriend was gonna get food. What do y'all feel like I should get?
That's not funny.
Parker, my wife is literally making us Philly cheesesteaks this weekend. I'm not even joking.
The lying bastard.
This is not even a
she's
pun.
not.
This is not even a pun. I swear she's making Philly cheesesteaks.
No,
she got no. We literally went grocery shopping today.
No.
We literally went grocery.
You're
She's,
lying. No,
do
you're
you want
lying.
me to get my wife? She's making Philly cheesesteaks
you're a
this
liar.
weekend.
And no, don't get your wife because you're gonna tell her, and then there's gonna be another person calling me Phil because you guys are disrespectful and don't know respect, dude. Like, will you stop calling me
thank
Phil?
you for
Can
the
we just
$10.
debate?
Thank you, Lindsay. Yes, we can. We don't worry. Yes, we can. Desiree, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $5. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much.
And thank you for the one. Tell Phil to fill up his cup with Phil's tears.
That's not, dude. That like.
Jade, thank you for the $5. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah,
Tell,
Phil
thank
does
you
need
for the
to
one.
chill,
Pronouns
honestly.
are Phil and Lil. Phil and Lil. I like
Dude, like every single time I
Desiree,
come on
thank you
here,
so much
nobody.
for the $5 for I can't feel my face when I'm with you.
You guys are not funny. Like nobody's laughing at this other than your
Jade, thank you for the
stupid
$5. I think it's pretty funny.
fans who send you thousands of dollars.
Okay, well, I mean, that sounds like that's a lot of people like that find it funny.
Anybody could find 1,000 people that thinks stupid stuff is funny. That's not true.
I mean, is there 1,000 people laughing at you right now? Well, I mean, yeah. Is there 1,000 people laughing with you though?
Yes, I could have 1,000 people laughing with
Where?
me. Yes.
Where?
If I started, going live, I don't go live like you.
If you started filming.
That's it, dude. Like you are purposely.
Raven with the $20. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Raven.
He absolutely has a good point. If he, if he felt it in the morning, I mean, if he just like feels it, then he could actually start going live. So like he could definitely do that.
Like,
thank you so much
dude,
for the five.
Santana,
Chris
you-
is crashing
Yeah,
out.
dude, if you started
Phil-
filming, man, I really think that might go great.
Yeah.
That's not fun. Like you guys are seriously sitting. Like it's not funny at all. Not at all.
Yeah, dude.
Morgan,
Honestly,
thank you
this
for
is kind of funny.
Creed is crashing the fill out. It sounds like he has a mental illness.
I thought
that's definitely-
that one was going to
definitely
be at
something I
least
hope he gets help
respectful.
with.
Dude, I'm literally
I
losing
know,
my
it-
voice.
it- No, it sounds like he's just getting angry at things that specifically he thinks is okay to do to other people. And we're
I don't
trying to
think
show
nothing.
him the
No, I
absurdness
don't
in his
call
own
people by.
perspective.
Parker, I don't call you by Timmy. I don't. I call you by. Well, I don't even really say your name, but if I was, I'd call you by Parker.
Corey, I do agree. This is hilarious.
Hey, that's not fun. Like, please, you guys are not funny at all. I've already heard all of these in my comments.
Thank you for the
Hey,
damn. I
I've
almost
already
forgot
heard
about
Aiden-
Phil.
Hey, actually, I could you not call me Parker? Can you call me Phil?
And can you please call me Phil as well?
No.
Why not?
We're all Phil.
Can you please call
Well,
me
I'm
Phil?
not.
Like,
No,
I want to
we
go
is a
by
strong
Phil
word
now.
because I'm not. We
I wanna
WE
go
is a
by
strong
Phil
word
now.
because I'm not associated with you or Phil.
I'm officially changing my name to
will
Phil.
Will you call me Phil now? Will you respect
No,
my name?
no.
Why not?
Okay,
we are all
yes.
Phil.
Okay, yes,
I am
no, I
Phil.
will.
Phil is Phil, and we all are Phil.
We are all Phil. Chat, you are
is a
now
strong
Phil.
word because we is
You are no
not
longer
me,
chat,
buddy.
you are Phil.
We is
I'm
not
Phil.
me because I don't associate with
We are
Phil.
all
I'm not
Phil.
Phil.
I am Phil.
Okay,
We are
you're
Phil.
Phil.
You're Phil.
Okay,
You're
we
Phil.
is again. stop
Feel
using
the
word
tension
we
in
because
this
I'm not associated
conversation,
with you.
and do not let it fill you with hate. Let it fill you with love.
Stop. Like,
We
this isn't
are
funny at
all Phil.
Gannon, thank you so much for the
We-
five. Phil,
we are
Phil,
not
Phil.
Phil.
Oh, restless Phil.
I don't associate
You will
with
never
Phil.
stop. You will never still. Phil on the move.
Brian with the
Up
$2.
every
Thank you
hill.
so much.
Calm
Thank
down,
you.
my friend. Just learn to chill. That's a nice poem. Thank you. Thank you, Gannon.
Madison, thank you for the $1 for being Philusional. Creed, thank you for the $2. Thank you so much for sorry, Phil.
I didn't send you
feel like
money.
this is hilarious. Jill,
didn't
thank you
send
for
you
the
that.
$2. Thank you. Yes, you did, Phil.
No, I didn't. I did not send you that.
Tyler, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $2. Thank you. Jennifer with the $5. Thank you so much for Phil.
Nobody
Thank you.
wants to hear your donations. Dude,
Abigail,
I'm
thank you so
literally-
much for
I
the
guarantee
5.
you
I'm
everybody in my
laughing
house
so
Thank you for
hard I can't
$5.
feel my face.
Fill my face. Fake. I really appreciate the
I'm probably
the
already done
$5.
woke
Thank you.
everybody up because of you guys.
You're woke?
No, it's because of you, bud.
That's
You
not
guys
because
woke.
of me. It's not my fault.
You're
You guys
very
are the
woke.
ones who's making me do this. I already am losing my voice because of you.
Okay, wait. Okay, Creed.
Yes.
Will you refer to me as Phil? And I will stop referring to you as Phil if you refer to me as Phil.
Is your name Phil?
Yes, it is. It's
How long
genuine.
have you been going by Phil for?
My whole life.
No, you're a liar.
I'm genuinely serious. My actual name is Phil.
His literally his handle is Phil get a job.
Okay, then yes. Okay, I'll call you by Phil if that's what you want.
Thank you.
I'll respect it.
Okay.
You see how easy that is? As long as you can
What's my
address me
name?
by my name.
What's my name?
Your name's Phil.
Okay, Creed, I got you. Moody, thank you so much for the $10. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. For Happy Philoween, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you, DK. Thank you for the $2. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. They said, join us in Apotheosis. Become Phil.
That's literally not funny at all.
Yes, it is. It's my name. Alex, thank you so
We're
much for
talking about
$5.
Phil, Creed. What are you talking about? We're literally talking about Phil.
No,
Thank you so much for the
they're
$2.
saying it to me. I got
Creed,
people
we're talking
that are
about
right now
Phil.
adding to me. No. I got people
GD, thank you
adding
so
me
much
to
for the
say hi, Phil.
$5. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank
Creed,
you.
we're talking about Phil. Cut it out. This isn't about you.
No, then why are
thank you
people
so much for the
mentioning
$5.
me in
Thank
comments
you.
saying hi, Phil? That's disrespectful, and I
That's to me.
Tell
They're
them,
telling me
your
they're
chat to
referencing
respect
me. Wait, they're talking to me.
Exactly.
Then why are
They're
they
telling you to
asking
tell
me?
Phil hi.
No, they're not. They're saying hi, Phil. Creed,
That's
you're
me.
Phil. Right
That's
there.
me.
Creed, you're Phil.
My name is
yes,
Phil.
Creed, you're Phil. No,
My
Creed,
name
you're
is
still
Phil.
Phil. I see all of them.
No, there's no. They're talking to me. They're saying I'm Phil.
No, they're my name's Creed, and they're saying Creed, you're Phil. I see it right
They're saying Phil get a job. Like, what are you talking about?
Dude,
Terry, thank
okay.
you for the 3 Phil is
I know they're talking about me because they are still going to be talking about me because they call me by Phil.
No, my name is
Yes.
Phil is the protector of fetus. Fetus. How would you say that? Fetuses. Feliduses. There we go. Feliduses.
Right there, Creed is
Feliduses.
Phil. I see it. I tell your chat to stop. Can you?
Wait, my
Creed
name is
equal Phil.
My
Creed
name is
equal
Phil.
Phil right there. What does that mean?
My name is Creed Equal Phil. That's my name.
Exactly.
That's what
Like,
my name is. My
okay.
Name, will you refer to my name as Creed Equal Phil now?
If that's what your name is,
Yes,
Creed
my name
is
is-
okay. Is your name Creed is Phil too?
Yes.
No. My name is Creed is Phil.
How do you
His
guys
name
have
is Creed
20
equals
different
Phil.
names? Like this don't make sense. No, because you're
okay.
just saying that because people are calling me Phil and you're just
All right.
yeah,
Hey, Phil. Like seriously. Like genuinely. Like, do you actually? Get
You're talking
angry
to
at us?
Santana, right?
No, I'm talking to you.
And you just call, dude. My name's not. I thought
We
we
are
already
all
went
Phil.
through this.
Okay,
no,
wait,
we. No,
Creed.
we. There is no we and me, you and
Creed,
Parker.
are you in theater, bro?
Am I what?
Are you in theater? Are you actually serious right now? There's no way this is real.
In theater? I don't know what in theater means. In a movie?
Like, no, I meant like, do you do theater? Like, are you trying to?
Do I
act right now?
theater?
Like, what are you trying
I've
to do,
clipped
bro?
him, Parker. I've literally clipped him.
Like,
He is
there's no way you're
insane.
being serious right now. Like, I don't feel like you're locked in.
Dude, that like again and again. Like you guys just like you're
Come on.
purposely doing that stupid pun, and it's not
Thank you
funny.
for the $5. Thank you. Hey, like
Denise,
seriously,
thank you so much
I
for the
genuinely want to
10.
know. Like, at this point, I'm about to get off here pretty soon. Like seriously, what is
Yes.
it?
What?
Like, is
You're about
are
to
we
get off what?
trolling or like what's the point here?
No, I wanted to come on here and debate you, and then you guys I'm never coming anywhere with Santana in it again because you'll be like, oh,
I didn't invite you up here, bud. I didn't even tell. I didn't say anything about Phil. You volunteered that information, but maybe you should stop.
Parker, I was Phil.
I didn't
You
tell
told
Parker
Parker I was
anything.
Phil.
You told Parker you were Phil.
I never.
You did that.
What? No, you're putting words in my mouth. I never said nothing about me being Phil because, dude, you're literally a liar.
I didn't say anything about
I
you being
didn't say
Phil,
anything
bud.
about me being Phil.
You literally told him.
No, I didn't. You're a liar. You're a genuine. You're a lying bastard. That's what you are. You're a liar. I never said I'm Phil,
Okay, Phil.
dude. Like I know you, dude. Like I heard, dude. Like you guys just play these stupid little games, and you guys like I
don't know why
my
Phil
voice
is so
because
angry,
of you.
chat. I have no clue why Phil is so angry.
But I'm not Phil. Okay, like how?
If
dude,
you
like,
are
how
Phil,
hard is it?
wait. If you are Phil, keep getting mad.
Dude, I'm literally not Phil, bro.
Denise, thank you for the 10. Phil needs an emotional support. Philo.
It's
Yes,
not
he does.
funny. It's not funny.
Gucci, thank you for the 5. I just wanted to hear you read out my donation. Gucci,
No,
I did.
don't
Thank you
read
so
it.
much. Let me read it one more time. Damn, I almost forgot.
Dude, literally, like I'm probably gonna wake
Forgot
people
about
up in my
Phil.
house.
I got that.
And
That was in the chat
can
for
tell I
Robert.
literally
Robert,
am losing my voice because
hey,
you
Porcus
guys.
the Ace, nice. I went as Usopp. Also, why does this guy have such a terrible philosophy? I don't know.
That's
I don't
not
know.
funny. Like that's literally
And also,
not funny.
good on you for being Usopp. Jeremy, thank you so much for the 5. Tell Phil I'll change his name legally if he wants.
No, I'm not changing my name legally to what?
Tyler, thank you so much for the 5. Happy Halloween. It's been a I hope it's been filled with fun. Absolutely.
That's
Everybody,
not fun.
I just want to let you know, everyone. Today I dressed up for Halloween as Phil.
Also, didn't Parker say if your name is Phil, then get mad? And you've been getting
I'm not
pretty
getting
mad,
mad.
bud.
I'm not even mad no more.
You've been getting pretty mad, bud.
I'm not, dude. I'm not mad. I'm annoyed. Annoyance and mad is not the same thing. And I'm literally losing my voice because of you people making me like calling me Phil and crap. Like my voice is almost literally gone.
Okay, well I'm done. I'm done.
Ruben, thank you for the 2, making me
you're already done, so
chlorophyll
we
with
can't even
laughter.
debate because you
I'm
spent
done
all
now.
your time. Okay, I'll be back up here.
No. Wait, I was gonna ask you a question about, like, can you name like an economic policy of Trump's he influenced to get passed that you like?
Huh, repeat that for me.
Can you name like an economic policy of Trump's that he influenced to get passed that you like?
Any policy?
Yeah, like name a policy that you like of Trump's.
ICE.
It's not a policy. We've fucking
Like
been through
an
this
economic
before, Phil.
policy. Can you tell us what economic policy of Trump's is that you like?
ICE is not a policy.
ICE is a policy. Okay.
Economic, but lock in.
No, I can't name one. But I've already named the reasons why I like him.
Okay, so if you can't name an economic policy of Donald Trump's that he influenced to get passed that you like, why would you say that you support him? Actually,
Already said, because
fuck that. Would you vote for someone held civilly liable of sexual abuse, Phil?
No, I would not.
Okay, so if you wouldn't vote for someone held civilly liable of sexual abuse, then you wouldn't vote for Donald Trump, right?
Well, I would because I support him over Kamala.
Kamala. So okay, so you would support Donald Trump held civilly liable of sexual abuse over what's it called? Kamala Harris.
Well, I don't think he did it, and I think she's just as bad as him.
Okay, wait, no. Again, you would vote for Donald Trump held civilly liable of sexual abuse over Kamala Harris?
Well, yeah, over Kamala.
Would you vote for Donald Trump held civilly liable of sexually abusing a child over Kamala Harris?
That never happened.
No, if that were true.
Then no, I wouldn't.
No, you wouldn't? Okay. So what is the
No.
relevant difference between the victim being an adult and the victim being a child? That means in one scenario you wouldn't support him over Kamala Harris, but in the other scenario you would.
Well, both are bad, but I mean, it depends. I don't know. People can change. Depends on when it happened.
Wait, what do you mean people can change? Like, that's not really a response to what I was asking.
Well, people can change. If that happened in 1999, he could be different now.
Wait,
than
so
what
then
he
would you
is.
say the same thing for the person who assaulted a child?
Yeah, I mean, I think that they should be in prison.
You think pedophiles can change? So do you think Epstein could have changed?
I believe he could have changed, but I don't believe he should have ever been free.
Wait. So then if you believe he could change, then why don't you believe he should ever be free?
Because of what he did, you don't. Just because you change, don't mean you deserve to be free.
Okay, exactly. So you could say that someone changed, but that doesn't mean that they deserve to be free, right?
Exactly. Yes.
Okay, so Donald Trump specifically shouldn't be allowed to be president because he was held civilly liable of sexually abusing a woman.
Okay, then he probably shouldn't have been allowed.
Even if you think he's changed, right?
Yes. Okay, then yes, he probably shouldn't have been allowed. But that's not up to me or
so then
you.
you think so you think he shouldn't be president?
No, I mean, if he
Like,
wasn't
if you could
able
go back
to
in time,
run-
would you vote for him?
Yes.
Okay, even though he was held civilly liable of sexual abuse.
Yes, because he's able to run, but I don't think he probably should have been able to
my
run.
God.
But either way, that doesn't.
So you think he shouldn't be able to run, but you'd vote for him if he did run? What the fuck type of reasoning is that?
Yes. Do you,
That makes no sense.
Because he was able to run, which I don't think necessarily he should have because of what he said and what he's done. But either way,
Okay. Well,
and I still think he was better.
Support him.
Do you think somebody should be able to be the president if they slept with people to get to the higher ranks?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Then,
I actually don't think that's a disqualifier. Say that word true. I don't think that's a disqualifier.
okay. Well, I guess
Sexually abusing women and being a 34 count
Yes.
felon and a
Yes.
racist, a classist, and a fascist. I think that is.
No, it's wrong, but still, I think he's better than Kamala.
Kamala. Wait, you did not just do that.
Do what?
You keep saying her name incorrectly, Phil.
He's doing it on purpose.
How do you say it?
Kamala.
Kamala.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Kamala. Either way.
Okay. All right. You got anything else for the live, Phil?
That's probably about it.
Because genuinely, you couldn't give us a relevant difference between the victim being an adult and the victim being a child. That means in one scenario, it is the case that you would vote for Donald Trump.
No,
and on
both
the other
of them are
scenario.
still bad.
Wait, but both of them are so bad insofar as that you shouldn't support him, correct?
I mean, I think people can change, but
Oh, you could say
He
the same
probably-
thing about.
wait,
Wait,
if-
so,
and if
so
he
would,
did that,
so
why
would you
would he
vote for
do it?
Donald Trump? Would you vote for Donald Trump if you were held civilly liable of sexually abusing a child?
that's not relevant because it didn't happen. so
Would
I'm
you
not
vote
gonna
for
answer
him in
that.
that context? Yes or no?
I'm not answering that. That's not
Answer
relevant.
the question, Phil.
My dude, like no, like bro, just call me by my name and
Then answer the question and I'll stop.
would I? I mean, depends on when it happened. I mean, I don't know. He should be in jail if he did that. Same with why isn't he in jail if he sexually abused or whatever?
Statute
he said?
limitations. Statute limitations. So again, if you were held civilly liable of
Wait,
sexually
did he do
abusing
it when he was president or
answer my
before he was
question,
president?
Phil. Answer my question. I'm going to keep saying it until you answer my question. Would you vote
Dude,
for Donald
like,
Trump?
you're disrespecting
Would
me.
you
What-
vote for Donald Trump if he were held civilly liable of sexually abusing a child, Phil?
Depends on when it happened. When did this hypothetical
What do you mean
happen?
depends on when it fucking happened?
Okay, no, I wouldn't vote for him if that happened.
Okay, so what's the relevant difference between the victim being an adult and the victim being a child? That means
Okay,
in one
which
scenario
adult
it's
did
so
he do
bad
that to?
insofar
Which
as that you
adult-
would, should. What's the relevant difference between the two scenarios where the victim's an adult and the victim's a child?
Okay, right,
Where in
right,
one
but
scenario
which adult did
it's
he do
so
it to?
bad insofar as that you wouldn't support someone, but not in the other one.
Right. But which adult did he do it to? Give me a name.
Eugene Carroll.
That didn't happen.
Yes, it did.
No, it didn't.
Yes, it did.
That's your opinion.
Answer my question, Phil.
It didn't happen. And dude, like you're disrespecting me blatantly in our debate.
Okay,
Like,
shut the fuck
is that
up,
what you
Phil.
do?
You're disrespectful to rape victims. You just said that she was lying. Okay.
She was lying.
Do you
She
think
is
all
lying.
Wait, do you think all the 26 women specifically that have come out specifically and talked about the fact that Donald Trump is engaged in sexual misconduct towards them? Do you think that they're all lying?
No, not necessarily. I mean,
Okay, so some
I
of them
don't
are
know.
so if some of them are telling the truth, then why do you support them still?
Well, there's no proof that they're telling the truth. I mean, I'm not going to not vote for somebody when there's no proof of what they're saying
Like,
happened.
why would you fill out your support for him if it is the case that you specifically would, like he's done that before? Like, why would you fill out your support for him?
There you go, purposely doing that again.
Okay. I'm asking you. I'm just simply asking you. Why would you fill out your support for him?
Like, that's literally not funny. Nobody's laughing about that. But anyway, because
I saw a few people like with laughing emojis in the comment section.
no, because nobody had time to react to it that fast. Anyway,
I don't know. There's a lot of people laughing in the comment section.
No, there's not. Anyway, so
None.
I think first off, people can change, and if Trump did that, he should be in jail. But there wasn't enough proof that he apparently did that, so he didn't. And wait, did he get convicted?
There was
of doing
proof.
that?
Can you name one piece of evidence that you dispute in the case, Phil?
Well, isn't there the one thing about the male stuff on the dress or whatever? The male whatever it was on the dress. And Trump didn't give his DNA.
Yo, Abana,
And-
thank you so much for really pushing the $30 for free Philistine. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Not like, dude, like
What? No, they're just saying free Philistine.
that's not funny.
It's not funny. Yeah, that's the fact.
They're purposely saying that.
Yeah, we're purposely
Adam,
saying
thank
that.
you for the
Free
5X,
Philistine,
Phil. If you can name the 11th book of the New Testament. What's the 11th book of the New Testament, Phil?
I don't know exactly. John?
W's in the chat for Creed. Creed sent a $2 donation. Holy shit.
Dude, I
Thank
didn't
you
send
so
no
much, Creed.
donation. I did not
Creed
send no
literally sent a $2. Yes.
No,
W's in the chat for Creed.
I didn't. I'm not. Dude, I would die before I sent you money, buddy.
I'm
Don't worry about it.
I'm just
Why
reading
would you
Creed's
die?
name.
Because he's disrespectful.
Why?
Why are you asking me why he's disrespectful to me? What?
Wait, I
yeah,
have a
W.
question.
Phil, whoever
What's
just
your-
said
what's
that,
your
thank you.
what's your favorite book of the Bible?
I don't have a favorite book.
Philippians.
It is Philippians.
Dude, like that's not like, bro.
John, thank you for 5. This guy cannot be for real. Exactly.
And there
It's
we go,
wild.
doing that stupid crap on
All right,
purpose.
thank you so much for the 3. Oh, you didn't say anything neat about Phil. Oh wait, you did. She's been red-filled. Holy smokes, that's a good one.
No, it's not. It's not a good one. Like,
Colin, thank you so much for the one. When Phil gets emotional, he truly he truly leans into his feelings, but they can call
not
us
funny.
snowflakes.
Not
Exactly.
funny. Not funny. You guys sit here and just read donations for half the damn stream and think that you're funny.
Phil, why would you send me another message and say, I hope
I
this
didn't
asshole
send
isn't
you
related to
nothing.
me? This is kind of a family name. Holy
I didn't
smokes.
send you nothing. I
Tess,
promise
thank
you
you
I
for the $5.
didn't send you
Hannah with the
nothing.
$2. Wendy, thank you for the $5 for This Is So Philly. Avery, thank you so much for the $5 for No Pronoun Boy is Filled with Rage. Dab, thank you for the $5. Thank you. Amanda with the $10. Thank you. Taylor with the $2. Can we get some W's for them in the comment section right now? Hannah, thank you for the
put L's
$3.
in the
Anna with the
comment
$5. Alejandro, thank you so much for the $5. Emily
People
with the
really, people are really making the rich richer. Like, they really send their hard-earned money that they actually probably work for to you.
Wait, do
Who's
you
the
not want
rich?
them to send money to me?
I mean, hey, do what you got to do for money, I guess.
No, but like, do you have an issue with people sending me money?
No, I don't. I just think, it's...
He has a weird thing about money. He like for
you
some
a
reason
filling,
he
sir?
compares money. He compares money to Big Macs. It's weird. He has a whole
What are
Big
you
Mac money
talking
system.
about?
Amy,
I
thank you so
literally
much for
said
the
that one
$10.
time.
Thank you so much, Amy.
Someone sent $20. He was like, "That's not even 2 Big Macs."
Actually, I didn't say that
Hey,
because the Big Mac is
Creed.
$5.
If enough people support me, maybe I'll be a billionaire.
Dude, like, that's not funny, bro. Like, you're just blatantly disrespecting me and you have no regards to your actions.
Jamal,
I
thank you
wanna
so
be
much
a
for the
billionaire. So fucking bad.
Jamal, thank you so much for the 10. Tell him if he's losing his voice, he should take
had.
Advil. Yeah, he should take Advil. Stay away from Tylenol.
I
Dude,
want to
that's
be
not
on the
even funny.
cover of Phil's magazine.
Dude, you guys are such fans, bro.
Smiling next to
Like, if you want an
Philip
autograph, just say it.
and Philistine.
Like, if you want my autograph, just say it. You guys are such fans. Like, every single time I come on a debate, you guys always just are obsessing over me. And it's actually getting weird, in my opinion. Like, it's genuinely like, are you guys, like, on the other side of the poll? Or what?
Taro said, "Hey Phil,
This
what's
is
your
becoming
opinion
an
on?"
obsession with you and your fans. With me.
Taro said, "Hey Phil, what's your opinion on whole wheat eggs?" They don't.
Dude, like,
exist.
once again, like, you guys are just, like, last time I had so many people in my DM. You guys are just fans at the end of the day.
AJ, thank you for the 5.
Maybe
I'm
I might have to do a meet and greet, I don't know.
philanthropist at heart. Yes, you are. Thank you so much. But maybe if you stop jumping from live to live to live and spreading like multiple forms of hate, like
I don't
like
spread hate. I
multiple
don't spread hate. I
forms of
spread the truth.
You literally you bash transgender people.
Name one thing
you-
that I said that bashed the transgender person. Say it right now.
you won't even respect transgender people pronouns, and then you start talking about it's a mental illness. It's not a mental
That's
illness.
the dude. Like, that's not funny, bro.
What are you talking about?
And no, okay, sure. I wouldn't respect it, but I'm not going to disrespect them about it. Just because I don't, just because you identify as something, don't mean you deserve
Marie,
respect. no
thank,
matter who you are.
thank you for the $7.77. Tell her she won a free trip to the Philippines. All she has to do is calm
I'm not
down,
a she.
and her
I'm
prize
not a she.
is
I'm not a
show some
she.
self-respect.
I'm not a she.
Absolutely.
You guys are just like, oh my, you and your fans are just such like,
Mandy,
Are
thank
you-
you for
are
the one.
you
Hey
feeling
Phil,
it?
how many
You guys are just so obsessed with
McPhillies
me.
can I
Like,
get
I swear
for
you are.
$20?
like, people are really sending
do you
money
feel-
to you to say direct messages to me. Like, that's funny.
Do you feel like I should stop?
Yes, you should stop. Turn
Okay,
off your
I'm done.
donations.
I'm done. Donations are off.
Win the 11th season of American Idol? Phil.
People are
Yeah,
really this
I think
obsessed
so.
with me that they're sending you money. to
Creed,
directly text
holy
me.
smokes, Creed, thank
I
you so
didn't
much for the
send you
dollar.
nothing.
Oh yeah, Creed. You're
If you want my money, like, dude, do you want my money or something?
Yeah,
Like,
go ahead.
Anthony, thank you so much for the five.
Link tree in the bio as well as the
are you
description of YouTube.
schizophrenic? Are you like visionizing
Whoa.
that I sent you money?
Okay, we're just gonna go on to we're gonna get off for tonight. I'm done.
Yeah.
I can't do this anymore. A few people
That
more
guy
to thank. Shannon with the $50. Thank you so much. I really appreciate some W's for Shannon in the comment section right now. Thank you so much, Shannon. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Brianna, thank you so much for the $2. Sean with the $2. Gabrielle, thank you so much for the $10. Crystal, thank you so much for the $15. Thank you so much, Abena. Thank you so much. Really appreciate the $20. Thank you. I'm
good.
Phil and Ebed. I was gonna try to say finally and Phil at the same time. I can't do it.
All right. Well, hey, I appreciate you having me up, bro. I'm gonna go hop on for maybe about an hour or so.
All right, good. Everyone go to Santana stream. That was really fun.
I'll be on the backup, so.
Okay,
protect the main.
bet. I got banned on my main account too. I think I got it back though.
I tried to text you earlier and tell you that like
Yeah,
they
I
were
did see
going
that.
around. Yeah. So, all right. I'll see you
Tara,
later,
thank
bro.
you so much for the $50 for Parker and Santana running a filibuster. Thank you so much. That actually was like that was literally a filibuster, so that you can talk about dumb shit.
Yes.
That's really funny. All right, everyone. Hey, everyone who's here, I'd recommend to go to Santana's Live. Also, you can check me out on YouTube. We're super close to, I think, like, super close to 400,000 subscribers. I think we're gonna hit that tomorrow. Maybe we're at 398,300. So we have literally 1,700 before we hit 400,000, which is actually fucking crazy, chat. I just want to say that's nuts, absolutely nuts. And I think tomorrow we might be able to get it. Super close. All right, I love everyone so much. Go to Santana's Live. I love everyone. I'll see everyone later. We are all Phil, everyone.
That's me right there. Hold on, chat. I gotta do something real quick. Heat. Hete. Follow me back. I make music too, brother. Just follow me and I got y'all. Join them on my live sometimes. All right, chat, I ain't gonna lie to you. I know it says 6 minutes left on the timer, but we out. I'm out. I'm donezo. I'm gone. If any of y'all need me tonight, don't, because I'm hella not finna answer your calls. I ain't gonna lie. The only person in this chat that I'm willing to go answer a call from is CBZ. And that's about it. That's not